Yeah, well, I don't know. We were talking
How's
about.
things on the book going now? Are you about ready?
Oh, that's a good topic. Yeah, I am about ready. As a matter of fact, I have a couple of things I was telling
Except
Nobleness
for the yield
about.
sign burner.
I already wrote the yield sign story. I had to go in and update it because it changed again.
Wow.
How amazing is that? I mean, that I had the whole story printed. I'm like, yeah, this is great. I'm not editing that part anymore. And now I get this. It's not a red diamond anymore. Now it's an upside down triangle. And I'm like, what?
Are you? Jeez.
There's no more red triangles. I got Scarab's got Fiverr on it for me because I'd really love to see a red diamond.
You mean diamonds?
Inside.
Yeah.
Well, you might just have to dig into a box of Lucky Charms. You want to see pink diamonds and stuff.
Well, I was telling, but that's the thing. I mean, and this other story that I'm thinking, wow, I really want to slip that in somewhere, but it would just take too long for me to figure out where to put it. It was this discussion we were having, Noble, about me discussing what to do with me.
Okay, now I'm lost. Me as in me or me as in you?
No, as in myself. I had a dream, like I was in a dreamlike state. It was a dream. I was laying in bed sleeping, and I had this dreamlike thing where there were two of me's discussing what to do with me.
Oh, wait. Okay, when was this dream? Is this in the book or is this recent?
No, this isn't in the book, and it isn't recent. I haven't put it in the book yet. And
Oh my gosh, man, that's got to be like at the end. You got to have that final where I'm discussing with myself, me beside myself.
I just don't know.
Me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
But that's and I had to say, but I was more of an observer, and that's really where this conversation was going. Where we're talking about, being the observer. Probably it has a lot to do with this, and which to me turns around to, well, it's a theory that it could be. That's isn't that quantum? Isn't that quantum physics?
Here you are, as Schrodinger's cat, observing yourself, the dominant conscious, talking to that is not dominant about you. Dude, that's like the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other discussing your mind.
That's funny.
Isn't that something? Wow.
Yeah,
I would like to have been in that room to watch that conversation.
Oh God, I remember it. I'm thinking about it now. I remember it vividly. It was almost like I was in a white schoolroom. I'll say a pure white schoolroom, and there might have been chalkboard or something similar, and they were kind of doodling on it. All right, this is what we're going to do with this one. Like there was multiple me's, and I did not have, when this happened, I was being exposed to the Mandela effect, but I didn't have any theories. I wasn't on MandelaEffects.com. I wasn't going on
Ironic
YouTube.
you said chalkboard because one of the designs for the cover is concerning a chalkboard, bro. You're going to flip out when you see that. You will flip out. Yeah. I'll be sending you some of that. Now, on the sketches, the chapter stuff, the candles and things we discussed, I'm doing those in ink. And what I'm going to do is just photograph, or actually I'm going to scan them into the system, and then I'll do a little work with those sketches just to make them, the highlight, contrast kind of stuff.
Cool.
But I'm doing them quick sketch type in ink, so they'll be real nice and easy to print at the beginning of each chapter, however you see fit to use them.
Cool, thank you. If anybody doesn't know, photos, designing the cover, back cover, front cover, and little pictures for each chapter.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited to see this book when it's finished, brother. I really am.
I swore I wasn't going to touch it, and then the yield sign thing came up, so I had to go ahead and do that. And with this other,
with all this stuff, by the time you get it wrote and produced and put out there, the whole thing could change.
Yeah, you'll have to put a disclaimer on it.
Yeah, disclaimer. This is as it was at the time.
Yeah.
So
and if it's different now, it's just proof of what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I don't know how that's proof.
That's totally labeling yourself as crazy ahead of time.
Exactly. That's what we were talking about. I was telling the guy at the hot springs Friday that, you know, yeah, it's a red diamond, straight up. The yield sign's a red diamond, and I'm sure he went home and went, "Ah, this guy's nuts. It's a red upside down triangle."
I don't know if you caught the show the other night. I was over with Scarab on the after hours, and we did. I showed him. I sent him a picture. Going in the toy store. I went down into Chattanooga and went into that Toys R Us, and the first thing they've got there on the big thing was the Monopoly Man without the monocle, right?
I hear that. Yeah, I heard it on a replay. Yeah, I heard that.
And well, sitting on the left side of that, as you go in the display, they've got all these Pringles cans. So they're selling food in the toy store. All these Pringles cans where it's got the monocle on the Pringles guy.
But the monocle is not on the Pringles guy. That's what I was trying. I wanted to call you Saturday and tell you, dude, the Pringles guy does not have a monocle. But I do remember him having a monocle, and it would fall off his face in the commercial.
Right, right.
But
and then there's the peanut guy for Planters. He has a monocle.
He still has it.
He still got his.
Yeah, but the Pringles guy, you said it a few times. They have a monocle. And no, I'm like, no, you don't have a monocle. Just maybe just in Tennessee.
Stealing everybody's monocles.
Yeah, right.
You know what's really weird about the observation part you were talking about is your Jiffy. Like, I'd never heard that story before. You were seeing only one Jiffy out of a whole pack or something, a whole shelf of it.
Yeah, well,
and
that didn't dawn on me.
Different. Like, that causes issues with or you know, starts to narrow down some theories really quick.
Yeah,
how the hell can that happen, right?
Well, because for me, I'll go through the whole thing.
It isn't all in your head.
Well, I don't know about that. That's
I've
been
got
coming up.
Proof of that. Look, you look at the peanut bars from their Little Debbie's. Okay, I went to the store and on the thing,
Little Debbie.
Little Debbie. They've got because they make them here in this town actually, and there is they've got and Nutty Buddies. It's the same thing. It's a little peanut butter wafer, chocolate covered peanut butter wafer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And did my camera just go on or off?
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm still trying to figure this out. So there you go.
So check this out, though. No kidding. I mean, did you want my face on there? You weren't trying to put my face on, were you?
I was trying. I can't get anybody's face. It don't matter. I'm doing it wrong anyway. I do what you want.
I can turn my camera on. You'll see me. Hold on, Matt. Let me click this. Now move this over here, and you should be able to see my face. See? You see me?
They don't. I may, but they don't. I don't see you.
Okay.
I just see Noble up there. He's been stuck up there.
All right. Well, if you turn your camera now, you'll be able to see me. But if you click it on, but I have my camera turned off. That's why.
You saying there's something I can do to get you up here? Because I did the screen sharing thing a couple of times, and
whatever you did a while ago when you clicked it. Yeah, you can do that. You can screen share mine. I think if you just click on mine, I'm not sure how. Don't show everybody your board though. I think that's a mistake. There you go.
I have no
and you
idea.
do have a chat. You have a chat running, or is it off?
No, there's chat going.
Oh, well, hi, everybody in the room.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I need to stop touching this thing and leave it alone. And did I say that? No.
Yeah, if you ain't careful, you got to show everybody all your control works and stuff, and that could be a problem. They say that they can hack you.
Right now. You got to change it from what it's on right now.
Change it to why? How about
you got to change it? You're showing it now. You got to take it off.
There you go.
I don't think we really have to worry about the couple people.
So anyway, all they need to see is you. All they need to see is you in the middle of all that stuff. So check this out, though. I took a picture. I had my wife take a picture. of the Nutty Bars, and it had me holding a box of Nutty Buddies and Nutty Bars, both the same stuff, just a different name on the packaging. So I think some of the corporate is in on this. I mean, they cannot help but be. They've changed it because people were saying, oh, it's always been Nutty Buddies, but now it's Nutty Bars. And I was holding in my hand both from the same shelf where they were switching over. Now, I don't know what they're called now at this point, which way they went, but I held both of them. I took a picture of it. And so I've got both in my hand in that video, and they're the same thing. It's just different labels. So some people.
So they're actually.
No, dude.
What are they?
So I'm thinking.
Nutty Buddies now?
Yeah, it's Nutty Buddies, but one of them said Nutty Bars. So I had both of them.
What do you get when you look? When you look up the old box, what do you get for like vintage? That pretty much tells the story, right?
I think they're changing it to Nutty Bars in the vintage. I think that's what they're switching back to. But it's Nutty Buddies is what everybody remembered them as. Mm-hmm. But there's also a thing called Nutty Buddy, which is the ice cream cone. So I don't know. I mean, they're just screwing with people's mood. And I think a lot of the corporate, I mean, you got to remember what? All of the stuff that we eat and purchase and all of that, a lot of that stuff, man, is
garbage.
Corporate owned by a handful of people, right? Garbage, yeah, definite. So you've been on for 2 or 3 hours, you say, man?
Almost 3 now. But yeah, right when you came on, we were talking about when I was in Mississippi, I saw Jiffy, and Skippy on the shelf at the same time. I was looking at 3 or 4 rows of Jif or 2 rows or whatever, and it was Jiffy. It was one thing, and there was nothing behind it, and then it was Skippy, and there was 2 or 3 rows of that, and I'm just staring at it, and I'm sitting here trying to convince myself not to buy peanut butter and jelly, and I'm like, well, somebody should be getting sued because Jiffy, and Skippy, that's all so close. Somebody should be getting sued. Why isn't somebody getting sued? And I put my hand on my phone in my back pocket, and I thought, you know what? This isn't, I was just getting in. No, I wasn't just getting. I was into the Mandela effect. I was affected. JFK hasn't hit me yet at this point. It wasn't around. So this would be, I guess, December 16 or January 17. Can't even remember when I was in Mississippi anymore. Everything's coming together. But I did see them. And what I did was I just went around, finished my shopping. I went home. I jumped on the Mandela Effect site. And I shit you not, somebody comes up and says, oh, my God, Jiffy peanut butter never existed. And I don't know whether I commented on the site or not, but I do know I went back to that supermarket the next day. And it was not there. There was no Jiffy anywhere to be found.
If we would have known to take a picture ahead of time.
I did the same thing with Staples. Okay, I kept looking at Staples, going, "I'll bet the colors are going to change. It's red. I'll bet it's going to turn blue or something." And I snapped a picture of this one. A couple weeks later, I'm going through my pictures. And I'm like, "Nah, I don't need it," and I deleted it. And boom. And boom, then everybody starts screaming that it's got a hook on it that quick. And it's a staple. And I'm like, oh, why didn't I keep that picture? I couldn't remember the staple.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Staples don't even, that looks so screwed up too. It's so messed up. When I seen that one. Now, I'll tell you the one that got me, brother, I was out in the parking lot of the mall and was driving down through there, and I looked up and I seen J.C. Penney, and I called my mom. I said, Mom, look on your Penny's card and tell me how to spell J.C. Penney. And I said, before you look at it, spell it. And she spelled it J-C-P-E-N-N-Y. And I was like, okay, that's not what it says here at the store now. And I'm outside the store in the mall parking lot. I mean, I pulled over and stopped because I'm freaking out. And she looks at her. She says, no, it's P-E-N-N-Y. And so she pulls out her little Penny's credit card thing there she had in her purse. And she says, okay, you're right. It's P-E-N-N-E-Y. I said, but Mom, it wasn't. It is now. And she's like, oh, that's just crazy. That's just crazy.
So your mom's been affected.
Photo.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. My mom. Yeah.
You realize twice you called it pennies, right? With an S.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, because that's what it used to be called, J.C. Penney's.
Yes, we always went
just
to
an E
JC
change.
Penney's.
There's an S change.
Yeah, and a lot of times we wouldn't even say we were going to J.C. Penney's. We were just saying, hey, well, let's all go to Penny's. That, you know, it was just a normal thing. We go, and then we'd go to Sears, you know. But it was always Penny's or J.C. Penney's, and then they took the S off and put in an E, and now it's J.C. Penney. And that's another thing.
Right. Yeah.
In all of these changes, we've totally thrown away what we were taught in school about how vowels and consonants work. On just like the word banana, you know, B-A-N-N-A-N-A.
That's how it's
banana. But it's B-A-N-A-N-A, so it's banana. Not, you see what I mean? The vowels and the consonants don't work the way they did. And I can't understand double stuff being with one F. What is that?
I know.
That's crazy.
Right there on your. I gotta point it out.
Are you going to keep all those products like that in their containers and let them get stale?
Are you kidding me? You have no idea what I'm eating back here. I mean,
I'd be eating those Oreos, right? Yeah.
The Oreos are gone.
All the cereal boxes are all gone.
Closed. No, they're all locked up. Fruit Loops is open. I don't know why. I must have ate those, but everything else is closed up.
Yeah. Now I don't see a Febreze bottle nowhere in your room.
Oh, it's behind me. I'm sorry. I got it. I'll put it up.
That's one of my favorites. Is the Febreze.
Tell Suso we said bye.
Hey, Michelle said, tell Suso we said bye. Everybody's off to work and school.
Hey, Shell. I guess she's trying to get you out of here, right?
Oh, no, she's headed out that way. I've got to go pick her car up later. She's taking my car. Her window was messed up. I went yesterday and bought me I had to go take her car to get it done and on the window, and they were fixing it. And so they called me up and was doing some stuff on it. So I had time to kill. So I went and bought a new sectional, dude.
Oh, nice.
Idiot. I'm an idiot.
Why?
She didn't know nothing about it either. I said, I'm going to need to buy a big one because I'm going to need a place to sleep once she finds out I bought. He likes it. It's fine. Worked out.
So what time's this full moon? Anybody know? Because I
don't know.
It's about.
I don't know. It's tonight. Is it tonight?
It's right now. It's probably right outside my window.
Well, see, I've got daylight coming on here, so I don't see the moon. I'm rainy too. It's raining here.
Oh, is it? Well, I haven't seen rain in I don't know how long. So,
yeah, I ain't seen dry weather and yesterday was fairly dry, but it's been raining. I think it's supposed to rain 2 or 3 more days. I don't know.
So we had the wolf.
Take my little chicken leg and stick on your Henry over there.
Oh yeah.
Get a little model of a chicken leg and stick it in his hand.
Right.
Just glue him a little chicken leg in there.
You remember the turkey? You remember the turkey leg, Noble?
Yes.
Well, I remember reference to it.
Oh, okay. Good point. That's a good point. Because I can't remember if I ever seen. No, I have seen it. No, I remember.
I remember. I was into paintings and studying art and stuff. I remember the painting with him with a chicken leg, or it was actually a turkey leg, I think, because it was big.
You know, every full moon is named. January 1st, we had the wolf moon.
Really?
And January 31st, which was the blue moon, was called a snow moon. And this one right here is worm moon.
The worm moon?
Really?
This is the worm moon.
I thought you were going to say wormwood.
That's what I thought.
That's why I laughed, because when I said it in my head, I almost said wormwood.
Wow.
It's freaking ridiculous, man. It's like we're turning all freaking astroteric or something, you know, the whole world. Like everything has a freaking dumb name, right? We never used to do that. It's like we're all doing astrology shit and freaking in space and whatever.
Have you seen that guy, Unimatrix? Have you seen Unimatrix? He come out with a thing. He finds some interesting stuff, man. He's really pretty cool. But he come out and was showing the pyramids. I guess the big one's back in the middle now. And so there may be another shift with the pyramids. And I was like, are you kidding? Really? So I don't know if that's flipped back or if it's just changed again or what. I mean, things are just constant. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I know some of the pictures, many of the pictures, it looks like the middle one's bigger because of the positioning, you know, where you're taking the picture from, the angle, right, but yeah. I'll have to check that.
But weren't two of them the same size?
Yeah, now, yeah. You're the land guy. You need to check that.
They were close, but the one at the end was still bigger in recent times.
Look up Unimatrix and look at what he shows. He even references Scarab's original video too over there. So check that out. That's something, since you're a land guy, you would know that right off the bat, sure enough. So tell me, Seuss, what are you waiting on now on the book? Are you just waiting on me for the covers and stuff? Is that about where we're at?
Don't want to say I'm waiting on you because I could still run through and do a couple more things that I've been putting off. I can't put it off. I'm telling you, if I don't have this thing off and running in 2 weeks, I'm going to be quite pissed at myself.
Okay, so I need to get these things to you. I'm working today and tomorrow on trying to get some of these the sketches done up for you. Okay. And then I'll send you I'm gonna send you the whole package deal, and then you can just go through and pick out what you want. Once you know which cover that you're actually going with, the back part of it is just going to be a flip side. That won't be a hard thing to do. I'll need to know which cover, and then doing the back won't be hard. That'll be easy.
Yeah,
but anyway, man, yeah, dude, just catching you on here. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I got saved by Nobleness. And I want to ask you, Noble, what did you say when I said I saw Jiffy and Skippy on the shelf at the same time? And you know, for me, that's a lot of people say it's shifted, and I'm like, it probably did for them. I'm totally for that. But I recall all three. And what would you say?
Yeah.
You were saying that gives that, well, that puts out, that kind of gets rid of some scenarios
or
theories, or?
Yeah, well, prior to that, just throwing around the ideas of, and so is it possible what we're perceiving is either changing or being manipulated or whatever, not necessarily the item, was just one of the sort of ideas, right? But if you see two different ones at the same time, then clearly it's not that simple, or it really starts at least to rule out that kind of concept. Yeah, why would one change and one not change? You know, I mean, you can say it's residue, but what makes the difference from one container to the other? I don't know.
Think
that's pretty direct residue, right? Like, that's crazy.
Like with the Nutty Bar and the Nutty Buddy, I think that's strictly the corporate ownership at the top, just changing the logo, just like with the Oreo double stuff. I think, of course, depends, dropping the S. I don't know, but they're changing the whole history. Oscar Mayer instead of Meyer. I don't know.
Are they changing it, or are we just conscious of another reality? Two different things.
That's where you got to go back in that dream. Do you remember what the discussion was between the two about you?
I wrote it down somewhere, and I don't know that I can find that dream book. Or
oh my gosh, man! You write so much stuff down and lose it. What kind of writer are you? You got like tons of it.
I got paper books, copy books of stuff just over here. I just need to go through it and organize it. When I moved from one room to the other, I just started throwing stuff in a corner. And I'm slowly but surely getting this whole room together finally. But putting this together kind of held it up. And yeah, I felt like boxing all this stuff. I mean, I'm sitting there going, I don't want to be produced and stop chasing Mandela effects. I mean, please.
Well, you don't have to chase them. You got them all.
And I'm not chasing them. And when I see them, I blow them off and I laugh at them until something personal comes up, like the yield sign thing.
I gotta get you a Volvo in there.
I say it's a what?
Volvo symbol. Make you a shirt with a Volvo symbol.
Nah, come on. I was wearing a Chevrolet shirt and a Ford hat the other day. People were coming in the bar going, "What's wrong with you? Can't you make up your mind?" My God, that's not it. Have you ever heard of the Mandela effect? You know, I go into my spiel.
Hey, I did talk to some people at that toy store, though. They were an older couple. They were looking for a Monopoly game. Supposedly there's a new Monopoly game, and there's all kinds of Monopoly knockoff games. I mean, you know, Monopoly Heroes and different things.
We actually have a Leadville-opoly.
There's one that you cheat on. It's a Monopoly game
that
you win by cheating. And I'm thinking that's all we need to teach the new generation. Teach them to cheat.
Take away the handwriting, teach them to cheat, and change the math, because math can change all the time. Being sarcastic, I don't understand how math can change.
Yeah, you had me there on that one. I got a picture of the pyramids. Man, it was some hard to find a picture that depicted the big one as the big one. I mean, almost impossible. I had to Google like the biggest pyramid. Yeah. Actually, I don't know if you can manage to show it or not.
He's still learning how to share screens.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I got you. Screen share.
Yeah, see, the big one's here in the front now. That's crazy.
How do I get you guys to come up when you're talking?
Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah, see, I don't know what's going on now. I got through this whole show without having this problem.
Oh, great. I show up and you're going to blame me.
No, not at all. I've just been messing with it, trying to figure I had the two of yous going. I can. Now, what am I showing now?
Right now, it's showing
your icon.
Your icon talking and moving. Hey, Scarab jumped in the room.
This is not Scarab. I hacked your account. I'm a troll.
Oh, that's funny.
What are you guys doing?
What you doing, Dan?
Oh man, I just woke up and I was like, I went to bed early. Actually, weird, man. I was just, I don't know, feeling kind of tired. I went to bed last night early and woke up, and lo and behold, look who is still up.
I know.
About Mandela effects. My goodness.
I got up and come in here and checked my email. I'd been working with Rachel. She's sending me some different clips and things that we're working on. She's helping me on that project, right? And so I've got all these different sticks in the fire. So I come in here and check my email, see if I'm hearing from Suso or Rachel. I download the stuff she's got, and then I see Suso had emailed me. So I clicked on it, and it was his show. And I was like, oh, man, he's on. And so I wasn't even sure. I clicked and got in there. Now, on the link, I had to highlight it and load it up in the thing because I couldn't see the thing on there. Does that make sense? Speaking of which, I need to probably open up YouTube. I could see the chat room that way if I did that, right?
Dan, you're going to have to teach me how to screen share and all this other stuff because I've been blowing it all night.
Have you? Okay.
Wow, it was
no worries, bro. It's pretty simple.
Oh, he's trying to show everybody how to hack his screen and everything.
I'm telling you, just you're gonna get bald, bro. You better be careful.
Oh.
Yeah, like Lupo did.
That happened to him?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Lupo got hit pretty.
Yeah, Lupo got some guy on there and exposed himself apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, he got.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah. All you heard was like, yeah. I mean, that broadcast came to a screeching halt. I mean, you know. Anyway,
so fun.
I didn't see it personally. I heard about it, but it's like, I think Angela was like, "Oh my gosh, Lupo, this guy jumped on and apparently exposed himself, his genitals, and like live on air." I was like, "Oh my goodness."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Quickly, I mean, of course, everything got shut down, and quickly reset.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Anyway.
Yeah, see, I got nobody. I got only important people listening to me. That's all.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah.
Now, see, I'm over here. I'm looking at my Google
Only
Hangout thing, and
people
only important people. No, idiots don't watch me. They're just on my screen already. Anyway, the only thing I have in the Google Hangouts is Nobleness's pyramid picture. Why?
What do you guys? I saw the pyramid. I don't. You know,
the
Great Pyramid is still is not in the center anymore. It's still, it didn't move back. I don't know what people are tripping about.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, people are saying
Unimatrix
still. Yeah, I didn't know what he was talking about.
Strange. Yeah, he was showing your.
Yeah.
I mean, he referred to your channel and stuff, and was sort of a cool thing. He's got some.
Sure, but
he does come up with cool stuff. But I wasn't sure, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't know enough about on the pyramids. Michelle knows more about it than I do. She can tell you more than I could. She studied Egyptology and all that junk.
Okay. Well, look, there was never two twin pyramids, twin towers of pyramids there. I mean, you can see right there's two pyramids. One, the big one was always in the one in the middle. And then the one on the
my God, what else he got open here, man?
Are you kidding me? I don't know what I'm doing. I can't even find the Google Hangout screen.
I don't know, but you.
So I don't know what Uni was tripping about, because I watched that and I was like, dude, he was like, oh my gosh, man. He was like,
talk him through, man.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, first off, you got it. Wow. Okay. Wow. What are you trying to do? There you go, Seuss. Right there. That's good. Just stop presenting. Just stop presenting right now. If you want to give presentation control over to me, I can help.
How do you do that? I'm kidding.
You just click on my face and say present.
Is that what I'm supposed to do? Because I was doing that with Nobleness earlier, and that's where he's at right now. Nobleness is still presenting.
Well, no, you're presenting what you were, but yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I might have to get.
You are the most dangerous man with a mouse.
I thought that was that Jerry guy.
Yeah.
What the heck was his name?
When Bill Gates sees you coming, he crosses the road, baby.
So somebody in chat said I'm going to have to delete this.
I don't know what for. I mean, it's not like the Hangout's going to be an issue later.
And that number would change next Hangout anyway,
of course.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Yeah.
All right. I just so what's on the screen now?
Somebody's presenting their screen. Nobleness.
How come it's I don't know.
Like Nobleness is presenting.
Nobleness has been presenting for a while. I can't. Can't shut him down.
All you gotta do is if you click on his where his face is, just click the little arrow and just.
I can't find it.
Not noble.
You got it. Okay, so what you got to do, dude? Okay, what you're doing? All right, I'll tell you what. Go down where you see the little Windows icon. If you click the Windows icon on the menu bar there, it'll pop up the Hangout window. That's your problem. You're not in the Hangout window.
No, I'm not. Where do you find that?
Okay, down there at the menu bar where the Windows icon is, where the not Windows, but the what is it? The help me here. I can't think of Google Chrome, the Chrome Hangout, the Chrome. Yeah, look at Chrome, where Chrome is, the icon. Okay, Chrome icon. Got it. The Chrome icon. If you click the Chrome icon, your windows will pop up, and your one will be a Google Hangouts window, and then you'll be back in the section where you see us.
I see. Yeah, but it only says NoblenessDee presenting. That's all it says. I don't see any of your pictures.
Okay, you don't see
anyone in the chat room, please.
Just let it go. It's going to get.
You know what? Don't worry about it.
It ain't a big deal.
We'll just stare at this picture. Brian, poor scientists have found something. Yeah. So yeah, it's no problem. Slow down, photo. You're talking too fast, or something. I don't know. I'm on the screen. I'll leave it. All right, who's there? Everybody? Did I just get rid of everybody? Because
there you go.
I wasn't going to say a word. I was going to troll him. You guys should have stayed quiet. I was hoping you guys would just catch on to that and be like, be quiet.
It crossed my mind.
I know, dude. I was going to just be like,
trolling nerd.
Oh,
I was going to say a word.
I got you.
I know, right? He'd be like, oh no, what happened to you guys?
I'm trying to see what he's got on the actual chat.
It looks like me and all my gifts, belongings, stuff. That's what I think. I'm not touching anything. I'm right here. I'm taking the battery out of the mouse.
Thank you, Rain on the Plains. So funny.
Yeah, I wonder how chat went tonight.
Chat's been fine. You haven't been watching the chat?
I couldn't keep screens up properly.
We're all here.
All but you.
We're here.
Where are you at?
Photo is
everybody just
Photo's just you're kind of cutting out every once in a while. Photo. That's all.
How do I stop Noble from presenting?
You need to get to the screen I was talking about, but you got to go down to the menu bar.
Lost everybody, yeah.
You got to go down to the menu bar.
That's funny.
Watching Suso live on the actual YouTube screen is like watching one of those old like kung fu theater movies.
You're starting to look like a bag lady.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Like
you need a shopping
the Shaolin
cart.
Temple. I will revenge my father's death.
I can't see.
Well, thank you, Rain. I caught that.
I'm not.
So where were we? Try and get.
He can't get it open. He can't even see the chat room.
Let
me just see what's going on. No, look, man. All you gotta do is there's an icon at the bottom bar.
I don't see it. I see stop broadcast. That's what I see.
Stop broadcast.
Yeah.
Well, that's the screen you need to be on, but you should see our faces in there.
I see all four of you.
Okay, that's where you need to be. Now, if you want to stop him from
all right, I'm gonna go. Listen. I'm gonna disconnect. All
right.
All right.
All right. There's
photo.
There's photo. All right. Well, maybe I don't know if he was just having issues. Might come back. Did he say he was coming back?
He did not. He said he's disconnecting. That's it.
Okay. I guess he might have. All right.
Controls.
There you go. See?
What the hell was that?
I
went on your thing and hit share controls.
Share? All right.
I just killed my presentation on this end, actually.
Oh, thanks. I mean, this whole time I'm trying to do that.
You can do it too.
Well,
it
shouldn't have locked in.
Yeah, it's not like he's got control like forever.
Oh, I don't know.
Like once he has it, it's like, I control your broadcast. It's not it. No, it's not it at all. But yeah. All right. Let's see what's going on here.
Oh. So what, you just woke up or what?
Yeah, just got up.
It's great.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't been to bed yet.
I know. It's so weird to like actually wake up this time in the morning and actually, have gotten sleep. Like, wow, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I can't sleep at all. And then I, wake up, I got one of the cats smacking me in the head, and I'm like, oh, you kidding me? I have not even laid my head down. I laid down at 9:30 this time.
Oh.
And I got up, it was 1:30. I was like, I don't even remember going to sleep. I have no recollection of going to sleep. I kept laying there thinking, come on, cat, I got a couple hours to lay down and relax before this show comes on. Let me relax. And finally he got me up. I'm like, all right, I'll feed you again. I just fed you. I get up, I walk over, crack open a can. These two cats are going at it like I've been starving them. I look at the clock, it's 1:30. I'm like, I did not sleep. And of course, I went into panic, going, great. I got Nobleness and Jesse never showed up at all. He probably passed out, and I screwed that up. And Nobleness was still on. He's still up. He's been up for what, 26 hours now?
Yeah, I don't know. But I did get pretty wound up for a little bit there. It was all good.
That was awesome. Yeah, it was a good show, and
that's great.
Keep it going if you want, or what? You know what, Dan? I wanted to ask you about which Fiverr been up to. Has he gotten to the yield sign at all? Because we talked about that.
Well, yeah, we did talk about it, and he's checking in on it right now. So,
okay.
Yeah, we'll see. And also, let's see here. Rain on the Plains said, I've been researching mud fossils nonstop. No kidding. I'm telling you guys, that is a fun thing to do. If you guys are bored, you want to look into something new, just a new interesting conspiracy out there. That's really starting to take shape on the internet. Mud fossils. I'm telling you, it's just incredible. Yeah. It just,
what's a mud fossil?
There's some different things there, right? It's not all mud fossil, but
it's
some of it is.
They call them mud fossils. Might be something. Yeah, it's it's rocks that are
dudes. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So dude's starting to integrate a few other things too, right? Clearly.
Yeah, I think so.
The original mud running from the beginning, like I watched him now for over 8 months, probably almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
The original mud fossil idea is the whole body crystallizing in mud, creating a full tissues version, fossil version, not just bone, right?
Basically, it's like
he was looking at rocks that were toes and fingers and maybe organs. And now he's also been looking at two other things I can identify right off. One is some sort of freezing into stone form, which was possibly done. Which apparently there's stories of it, and it's starting to look pretty legit. It's weird stuff. Some sort of magic or something people were doing to turn people into stone. And then there was he was looking at some 2D imagery on the Earth as well. Like, I don't know. I seen Lone Eagle kind of pointing it out. Something with a giant dragon in the top end of Africa, like massive, like incredibly massive. But it's totally sideways and like 2D, right? It doesn't really make a great deal of sense, honestly.
Right.
It would be something.
I'm talking about the ones that are like they're not as big as like some of the claims. Some of them are like dang near mountain ranges of stuff. It's like, wait a minute, hold on. But some of them are embedded in the side of hills and things like that. Things that would probably be about if they were alive, like they could probably be, I don't know, over 300 feet tall or something like that. Something pretty large. And then animals too and things like that. And it's like some of the animal ones are just ridiculous. It's like there's no way that there was some sort of erosion into teeth that would have been, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can see teeth inside these things, and it's like, why did we never see these before? It's like that's the weirdest thing. It's almost, and so then I made the contention, well, my gosh, it's like, did we just is it a Mandela effect situation where these things are now just appearing in our reality because the Earth is now moving to a time when it was right after the flood in many ways because of the new animals and things like that? Or is it an unveiling? Is it just something that's always been there? We just didn't we couldn't see it, you know. So there could be a situation like that, but whatever it is, it seems to be appearing now, and it goes back to the original. You know, I mean, one of the biggest mud fossils is the Devil's Tower one, and I always say that it looks like a tree. It looks like you know, that you know, it's weird because I've seen the movie you know, Close Encounters of the Third Kind many times, and I've never noticed it look like a tree before. I don't even think it looked like that. And now you see it now, and it's like, wait a minute, that looks like bark on the outside of the thing.
Yeah, I always felt that. It like the like scratches down the side, I'll say.
Yeah, yeah, it looks like bark. I mean, really, when you stare at it, and then you see the weird geometrical, like the cellular structure that it has, like basically like the same cellular structure that a plant would have. It's just weird, and it's mind blowing to think. And then of course, then you look at it and go, yeah, that does look like a tree that's been cut right at the top, totally flat. And then you gotta ask yourself, well, what cut it? That's another big key. Yeah. And so if you're ready to take that leap, then your next leap is, wait a minute, that was cut down by something. And then you're like, whoa. And then you look at these mud fossils and you start seeing these large, what look like, you know, humanoid-ish, large lizards, large elephants. Oh my gosh, the elephants. I mean, it's like, I think everything was larger in those days, guys. I don't know. I'm starting to think, yeah, I think
it's possible.
When it says the meek will inherit the earth, boy, they weren't kidding. So it's really strange, you know, it just is. So,
well, I've been watching the freaking earth shrink for like ever now. So maybe it always has been.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a massive freaking earth too, which would provide a lot more room, right?
Right. Right. Good point.
Where we were, who knows, right? Like,
right.
I know with that big oak crop from the movie, I don't remember it coming out on angles, beveling out at the bottom. I just remember it being straight in the movie. It may have been how they showed it, you know, the camera angle. I don't know, but it does seem a little bit different to me.
Hello. Hey, there's a chat room up.
Yeah.
You've come a long way, Suso.
I didn't get a troll yet, so it's nobody stole the feed.
Huh. Okay, can y'all hear me okay now?
Yeah, we got you.
I'm on straight line. Okay, good deal. So how long have you been doing this now?
Who, me?
Yeah.
What, tonight?
Yeah, on this particular program, yeah.
About a quarter to 3 Mountain Time. Me and Noble been just kicking it back and coming up with some
3.5
things. Has it been 3.5?
I'm thinking, yeah.
We got into some deep topics I wish you guys heard. As far as
see, me and Scarab's trying to get back into our normal sleep routine. I guess we sleep at night now.
Yeah, I'm well, I don't know if I was trying to get into it. I don't know. It just felt like going to bed early last night. It just, you know, I was just tired for the first time.
Get your latest downloads, did you?
Yeah, maybe. Hey, let me ask you one. I just saw something, and it's probably not. I don't know. I don't know much about this brand, so I'm just gonna throw this out there. Was it Lucky Strikes or Lucky Strike?
I thought it was Lucky Strike, actually.
I'll go Strike without the S.
Without the S.
Right.
Okay, cool. I was just I walked by it. I have an old you know, an old kind of a commercial, like, you know, a photograph, and like, you know, from the 30s, and it was like, you know, one of those old prints. And I walked by and I went, oh, was it Lucky Strikes? I was like, I don't know. I'll ask the guys. I don't know.
What is that?
It's a cigarette.
Cigarette.
Back when they could do cigarette ads. Yeah.
That's why I don't know. I never thought of looking at Canadian cigarettes. Man, that's a good idea.
Hey, you never know.
Because it was Players Light. Wonder if they took the S away.
What were you guys getting into tonight? What was happening? What did you guys talk about?
I got up at come in here and was checking my emails. I was looking for some stuff that Rachel had sent me because I talked with her last night with Skype and was working on a project. So I had to check my email this morning. I got in there. Good morning, Mary Lane. And so I got in there this morning and I was checking, and I seen from Suso, the last thing I got from him was some of the stuff him and I was working on his book project. And so I seen he was on there and had an invite. Hey, Melissa, love you too. And I'm hollering at your chat room there, Suze. And so anyway, sure enough, man, I got in there and seen that he was on. I had an invite, so I had to highlight it. You need to teach him how to send that, so you just click on it and it goes straight to it to make it a link straight to the channel. Otherwise, you got to highlight it, copy it, and paste it in a bar.
I didn't have to highlight anything.
Oh, he did me that way. He makes me work, man. I swear he does.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't make anything easy on me at all.
Well, are you sure? Maybe your computer's set up to not provide, or maybe I don't know.
No, I'm telling you, the ones you send me, I just click and go right to your channel, right to it.
Well, I think that when he sent it out, he should have sent it out to everybody, didn't he?
Well, I guess, but it didn't show it as a link. I don't know. If you don't leave a space, I think he had something there right in front of it or right after it. If there's not a space, then it will
sometimes
automatically make you have to download it.
Oh, well, okay. I didn't know. Let me look here.
Event Horizon said that it was Lucky Strikes with an S. And Angela Huff says Lucky Strike was one of the first brands. Now, Rain on a Plane says Lucky's Strike. So I don't know.
Oh, man. Let's see.
It was always Lucky Strike to me.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, he did make you work because he sent it to you later. Sorry. I was looking at it.
See what I mean?
We got a link. You had to cut and paste. Sorry, buddy.
In other words, he made me work to get here, and then I was like last of the last anyway. He was just like, okay, nobody's showing up. I'm just gonna go ahead and send something to photo anyway.
I sent it to a bunch of people about 2 hours in. I'm
the last of the heap. I'm the like digging the bottom of the barrel.
You weren't last. I sent it to Scarab later. He's
like, man, I'm going to try everybody. If nobody shows up, I'll just dig the bottom of the mud and see what comes up. Here's a photo.
And he showed up.
Yeah, see? Got down the mud and here I am.
Let's see what the cat will drag in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear about his dream?
No.
He had a dream, brother. I just learned about this just like 15, 20 minutes ago. He was talking about, he had a dream and he seen himself talking to himself about him. He was observing two different people. His good conscience and his bad conscience, or his dominant.
Do Suso?
I don't know, but I like that.
It was a three-way with Suso, and Suso.
Okay. Wow.
I told him it was the angel on his right shoulder and the devil on his left shoulder talking to his center brain. He had all three eyes open at once. And he don't remember what they talked about. He wrote it down and can't find the paper. They probably said, Suso, create a file and keep all this written down. He can't remember. He lost it. They
probably said, Suso, we need you to set up a studio with a bunch of commercial items around you.
And go live.
I have I shouldn't have touched anything. It was fine. It was on the chat. That would have been fine.
Now on the chat, you're not showing the chat room. On the actual chat, it's just showing your emblem.
I was, but
now it'll come back. You're lagging behind.
I'm always lagging, man.
I know. It's let's see what's going on here. How many people we got in this place here? How many people we got in here tonight? I can't even see the numbers.
Yeah, I was very I did not speak with the chat room most of the night. Me and
you're in the 20s. I can tell you who all's in the chat room if you'd like me to run down the list.
Go ahead, go for it.
All right, participants in the chat room, starting off with Angela Huff, Bubbles, double bubble there.
The double bubble.
Yeah. The double bubble. Bubbles. Event Horizons. Another good name there. Louisa. Mary Jane. Now, as soon as I start, or Mary Lane. As soon as I started naming names, people started dropping out of the chat room. They didn't want their name named. Melissa is in the room. Hi, Melissa. Pegs is in the room. Rain on the Plains is carrying a wrench.
Oh, Pegs made it. Nice.
Suso with the crown and Wonder World. There was a few others in there, and they dropped out as soon as I started naming them off. Oh, there's one back. Scott Kushner is in the room also bearing a wrench.
Oh,
Scott
awesome.
Kushner's a good name too in there. Yeah. Awesome. So you got a pretty good little crowd going on here, bro.
Yeah, I think most of the night it went from 20 to 30 and back and forth.
Well, there you
That
go.
ain't bad.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Middle of the night.
yeah, not bad. And
Now,
plus
see, if you
going
could show
late.
your studio, with you sitting there amongst all that and have the chat room going up the side, you know, like Paul does. He's got a step where you could see all the stuff, but you got the chat on the side of the room. So they could still see you in the studio with the chat on the side. That would be pretty cool because your studio is awesome. I'm serious. I like the studio setup. I think that's cool.
I'm kind of afraid to touch anything. All right. What we got here?
Ain't there a
No,
way
it's
he
not.
can do that?
No,
Ain't there a
there's
way?
not.
No.
Don't put that
Not with a
evil
running
in his head, Ricky Bobby. Don't do it. Put that evil in his head. Don't. Not. He can't do that right now. He'd have to use new software and yeah, and that's
He's
a whole new can of worms.
You'd have to talk to Paul Adams on that one.
Yeah, I'd be able to talk to Paul.
That's
Adams.
OBS or something like
Yep.
that.
Hey, there I am.
There you are. You looking good. What happened with Listerine? I see you got Listerine in there. What?
Well, I got somebody on that, and they're going to be doing a video on it soon. So I didn't really I brought it up the one time real quick, and that was really it. But somebody, that would be you, right, Dan?
Yeah. Well, I already looked into that.
What changed on it?
Well, it used to be LY.
Oh.
It was Listerine with a Y, not Listerine with a Y.
I remember.
But it's an old-
LYS.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you right now, boy, that's some old residue. That's some stuff that was like back in the, 40s, 50s, stuff like that. So, this has been around a while.
Yeah, I noticed that. I see, and it's weird. It's the same thing with Oh, and anyway, Listerine. I need Listerine. I went back in my past. I'm thinking it never dawned on me that it was a shift. It always looked at it and it looked wrong to me for the longest time, years. I mean, and then so we're talking years ago. I would think even possibly before 79 when I noticed that change. And of course I just blew it off as they either changed the name of it or,
Yeah, I think we're going to find evidence that it was actually, probably in the 70s, 80s as well. But so far, the first stuff I found was pretty old stuff. But yeah, man, it definitely was. You called it. You were right, and looked it up, and yeah, bingo, there it is. And I got a little one I got to put out. I'll probably put out here in the morning, and here in a few hours. And there's a quick little Mandela effect that was presented to us. It was really good, really good one.
You gonna wait? You want to wait?
I mean, I can tell it since the video is almost ready. So it's a great one. So the company Stanley Steamer. How do you spell steamer at the end?
STEA.
Right.
Supposed to be steamer is STEAMER.
Well, one would assume since it's using steam to clean the carpet, right?
Yeah, but I think steamer was always done with 2 E's on Stanley.
You are such a shifty dude. Yeah, well,
I only know that because we rented a Stanley steamer thing.
Yeah, and you accepted the update. Yeah, you accepted.
Well, I didn't know it was changed or not.
Yeah,
steamer would be STEA.
Well, cognitive dissonance there, man.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you guys. No, it was steamer, STEAMER.
Was it?
Yeah.
See, I didn't study it enough, so I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, it's definitely a steamer.
I believe you.
No, it's just funny because when you see those kind of things, it's just like, come on, man. Of course, it would be steamer. It would make more sense. to be a steamer. And
Right.
Clearly.
actually, unfortunately,
And Stanley is the name of the guy, right?
Yeah,
That created it was the Stanley
Yeah.
Steamers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, now it's
I
the
mean, that was a
steamer.
big thing back in the day.
Now the weird thing is,
Look at rain.
the steamer. Yeah. Well, hey, I'm just telling you guys, there's evidence of it with an A. Okay, and for me, I would have definitely said it had an A.
Well, that's how you spell it. Yeah.
Sure.
That's how you spell steam.
Sure. And weirdly enough, you look around, you go back, and you find out, well, there was a car apparently called a Stanley, or some type of maybe a steam powered vehicle that was a Stanley steamer. So there was that. So there's kind of a dual thing there. So people could make the case. Well, they changed it to STEEMER because of the car, the automobile, and then yeah. So there's that stuff right there. So but there's too much evidence of it being steamer. Like, hey, this is the #1 carpet cleaning companies in our area, and these are the top 10 awards for the whole year, and everyone's getting it wrong. Come on, man. It's not. No, there's no way. So
Okay.
yeah.
Hey, brother, if you ain't got nobody lined up, I was going to talk to you. Since we're here, I'll talk to you now. For the show Saturday, I got us a guest, man.
Oh yeah, who?
Do you know who Shock of Christ or Thick Shades is?
No.
Okay, they're real popular in Mandela. They're one of the first ones to see these things.
Yeah, I know. Thick and Shades, you say?
Yeah, Thick Shades or Uncle Sam or Shock of Christ.
I was just listening to his stream the other day.
Oh, cool.
He thinks it's time travel is kind of like the tough part of that.
It's he's got some different interesting points. Really cool stuff, you know what I mean? But he's it's a Christian-based concept, but some of his points is pretty interesting. Now, I'm not sure exactly where he lives, but he's definitely, I think you'll enjoy having him on the show. And so I told him I would talk to you and see if we had a guest lined up or not. And if not, so he sent me stuff so he can be free. We just call him Sam. Sam I am. So that would be cool. And I can have him drop you a line. I'll tell him to drop you an email so that you'll have him on there. But Shock of Christ or Thick Shades. I first learned of him as Thick Shades, but he's got 2 or 3 channels. Shock of Christ is the one I like. But he's got some interesting things. He's a good talker, man, and a thinker, a big thinker. So I think he'll be a great addition for a guest because it's somebody new we haven't had on. And it's somebody that's known in the Mandela Effect community. He's taken a lot of heat for seeing the changes. Now he knows the biblical changes pretty sharp. He does talk about the delusion or deception concepts and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, he's got different points of view. He's like we are. You look at every angle, and but I think he'd be a great guest to have on. And I told him if he could be free this Saturday that. If you didn't have somebody already lined up, that maybe we could do that. So I will let him know to drop you an email. That way you can drop a link and we can get with him on it. Sure enough, that's awesome. But yeah, I didn't know what you had lined up, so I just thought I would. I told him when I had commented on one of his things. Matter of fact, I think I commented. I seen Noble had been on there. Didn't you leave a comment on one of his stuff, Noble?
I don't remember. Yeah, I did very recently. The last time I watched one.
Okay, that's probably one
I can't
where
remember
I
what it was
commented.
about.
Yeah, but anyway, so I said I would love to have you on the show sometime, and so he's definitely he's game. So he'll be a good one. I still wish we could get that one fellow on there, but he don't want to do the phone thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was his name?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I haven't. Yeah, he's real
Suso's
tough
all
to get
kicked
hold
back.
of.
If you don't keep talking, Suso will go to sleep. You gotta get him to talk.
I'm awake. I'm trying to figure out how to do this.
Oh
He's still,
no!
he's
What are
still
you
jacking.
doing?
We had the chat screen up. Everything was fine.
Oh,
Really?
he's looking.
And
Yeah,
now
there
he's
you
messing
go.
with-
Now look at it. He
it's
keep.
just you're like all thumbs over there. Why are you so clicky?
He's shifty. He's shifty. He's clicky.
Why are you so clicky? Why don't you just leave and just stop clicking around?
I'm going to do that. Tell me what to leave alone. Tell me what it's.
God, click back on my face.
What do you think
see
of
the
that
chat
picture?
screen.
Think about what?
What do you think of that picture?
Did I get it up?
Is that residue, or Macy's used to look like that? Like, what's
That's
the deal
what
with the
Macy's
5-pointed
used to
star? Did
look.
anybody research into that?
Well, I don't see the 5-pointed star in there at all.
I don't see
No,
apostrophe.
There
either.
isn't.
I don't see an
So,
apostrophe or anything.
Is that a residue, or is that just the way it used to be? Like normal?
No, I would say that is that might be residue.
That could be.
It might actually be pretty good stuff right there. Yeah.
How do I get everybody else to see this?
Sure.
As far as what I can see, as far as what we're broadcasting, I think people are seeing it.
I don't know if they're seeing.
No,
They just see me.
they're not.
Yeah, they're just seeing him on the channel. It's just.
Just
Oh,
click
there
on.
goes a.
I clicked
him
on
how to do
Noble. I clicked on Noble and I clicked present.
Share present. Is it doing it?
Yeah, for some reason it doesn't do it for the stream, just our Hangout or something.
Then
Yes.
I do that, and now it'll click over.
Because all we see on the stream is just Suso kick back amongst his pile of goods.
There you go.
Yeah, but
You
what's
had it.
that? Is that it?
Oh, you went to your whole desktop. Yeah, it's an issue.
It's an issue. It's so funny.
Danny, take this over.
What if you click back on my where my icon is? Click that.
Click. I'm on your icon. Present to everyone.
Yes.
All right.
There you go. All right, you're fine right there.
Now,
Chat's up. So everything's safe.
And they're looking at a blank screen.
I'm on such a delay. It ain't even funny.
Well,
Chat's
you're-
up. Everything's safe.
everything's safe. Yeah.
I still see Suso over there.
Do you?
Well, that's because
Yeah.
you're clicking on him, I think.
No, I mean over on the chat and the actual. I've
Still
got
looking at
both
his
windows open.
desktop.
I see in our room. I see this. Okay, I see our our Google thing. But on the actual
What
on
actually
his
is being
channel,
broadcast?
yeah, what's being broadcast
Oh.
is just him sitting in the midst of his stuff, pushing buttons.
God,
So nobody can see the
I
chat.
thought-
Look at this desktop.
I thought he had it all figured out. Now I see the infinity window. Yeah.
Shit.
Now he's got us talking. Yeah. Okay, there's the chat. Now it's in the chat room. There you go.
Okay, maybe it's just delayed a little bit or something here. Hold on.
It just popped up.
There
There
it
you
goes.
go.
There it goes. He's working on
But
it.
now it's he keeps popping it
I'm
on and
not
off.
touching anything. I'm not touching anything. Here it is. Is that it? Is it on?
Nope,
It's
now
on
it's
for me.
infinity.
No,
that's
now
that's
went
your
back to
desktop.
Oh
It's all
my
your
gosh.
desktop. You're not getting off your desktop at all.
Yeah, you're showing everything now, bro. There you go. Right there. That looks good. Nope, there it goes.
I'm not even touching anything. I don't know what you guys.
God, this is dizzying.
I don't know, but somebody's been drinking too much Mountain Dew or something. I don't know.
We've been up way too long. I have been anyway. Shit. I'm losing it.
So I got Danny presenting, and that's it.
It just shows you on your chat room. You know, all you're presenting is you talking to us.
Oh, so you guys see me? Well, fine. Just leave it.
We see you in your little studio.
Rainy on the Plains is happy just watching me, so we're good. We'll just leave it at that. I don't know. What do I?
Scott Kushner put in the chat though. He says, "Don't pay any attention to the man behind the curtain."
There you go.
And in this case, the man behind all the Mandela effect products.
One of the things NoblenessDee and I were getting into was the personal Mandela effects, how it's becoming personal, at least for me. And we got on to, and I wanted you two in this conversation, and I can't, every time I think to get my point, it goes away. So apparently we're not supposed to talk about it. What were we doing this afternoon when we were on the, looking at the East Coast? You guys doing videos on that stuff?
Oh, and the East Coast stuff. Yeah, that was Noble was pointing that out, that man, all of the East Coast is so broken up now. It looks really bad, man.
Somebody just started to agree with me. I finally had Lone Eagle agree with me, and then finally you see it, you're like, oh yeah, you're right.
Well, it's the first time I saw it. I just, you know, I mean, it's like when you look at it with a map and you actually see drawn in, you know, the rivers and and you get to see everything kind of in 2D. It's kind of hard to see it in 3D. It doesn't look as bad. But when you look at a map, oh my gosh, it is so broken up now. It's not right. It's not right. That's not the way it was. It wasn't like that. And it literally looks like something is just really, there's a lot of stresses or something pushing on the eastern side of the U.S. And it's just, everything's cracking up.
I don't know, but Suso's clicking present to everyone on everything he does.
It didn't work again?
No, but you're showing your desktop and we can see your little thumb. And here's the thing, scarabperformance, all he's got is a black screen.
All got is a black screen.
Yeah, you don't even have a little whatever it is that you got. What do they call that icon?
Well, that's
now
because I'm presenting the chat. If he clicks on the chat, it's there.
What is that? Why did that come up like that now?
I don't know, but can you see his whole what's going on the actual YouTube site? He's got everything open, bro. Everything.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm just you know, done talking about it.
He's gonna get hacked, man.
Dude, it doesn't matter. It's too early to be hacked. Number one, the trolls they go to third sleep. And two,
okay, right there, where you're at, right there. Don't. By
the time they figure it out, this thing will be off air. So.
Oh no, it's gone. Very good. Yeah, but this could be replayed over and over. See, they can watch it at any time of night.
So
yeah, but bro, they can't take the code. Address, yeah.
Oh, it'll be a different code then. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's hacked himself, basically. It don't matter at this point.
Yeah. If you hadn't called me out, I would have acted like I trolled you guys for a while. But you called me.
Yeah, it's an interesting sight to see over there. I mean, it's just like one little window after another going way out into nothing. This whole chat board. Crazy. Oh, and now we got spirals. There he's back.
I'm not touching anything. If anything's happening, it's not me. My hand's right here. Staying right here.
Melissa said she's trolling.
Yep.
Randall Strong says, hi, room. Hi, Randall Strong. I can see the chat room on the side. You just watch the bald-headed guy behind the curtain.
Uh-huh.
Do you put wax on your head or oil?
What am I? No, it's the lighting. I saw that too. Thanks.
You wax your head. What the hell? Golly.
No.
Oh, I'm joking, brother. You're not shining that much. Are you getting tired?
I'm fine. No, I'm good.
Now, don't hold your head down next to the globe. We can't tell the difference.
Oh. Hey.
I look just like him, man. My head's as shiny as his is. You know what they say, though, don't you? God only made so many perfect heads, the rest he covered with hair. God only made so many perfect heads, and the rest he covered with hair.
I never heard that.
Oh man, I don't want. That's what bald guys say, you know.
Yeah. See, he's got a good head for being bald. I've seen some people that are bald.
No, he's got a great head for being bald. It makes me want to grab a Sharpie and start drawing the United States and South America.
So your show is downhill from
Nice
here.
freaking connection there, right?
Right?
Stand up.
It's beautiful. Beautiful round head.
Suso,
You and photo
I thought
ganging
this
up here.
was a serious show, bro.
Oh, not this one.
You
want to go to the serious stuff? Go listen to the first 2 hours. We're just chilling now. We'll get. This is where all the good information will come out.
This is where everybody gets slap happy and just starts rambling, right? That's funny, man. Now you got the chat room playing and everything looks good over there on your chat.
I can't see anything. I'm not touching nothing.
Oh, Event Horizon said bald is sexy.
There you go, man.
Yeah,
Don't
Suso,
worry.
the sexy scissor man.
Some girls like the bald guys, man.
This ain't no steroids. No steroids here. This is
My wife likes bald. She tells me that because I'm bald, probably.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
She does. I shave my head. She likes it that way.
So what's this, day number 10 with no chemtrails?
Oh my God, there goes the windows again. You drive me crazy over here.
I haven't touched anything.
I think you give power over to Scarab, and he's just screwing with your channel now.
No, I'm not messing with a thing, man. I'm chilling. I got the chat room up on mine.
Peg said, I'd rather see bald than a comb over.
That's true. That's true. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Thank God I still have a full head of hair, but if it starts going, man,
Scott Kushner said Suso is so smart that his brain is growing right up through his hair.
There you go.
Wow.
That's good.
See?
Man.
What do you think of that picture?
Awkward silence.
It's not Mandela, but you know, it's one of my my favorite pictures. One of my battle wound pictures.
Gonna make me try.
See that?
It now, right?
I see. Yeah.
No, you don't need to. It's not important. On a sign.
It's the beach.
It's minus 46 Celsius.
Oh
When I took
my
that picture,
goodness.
the glass on my cell phone broke right after I took that picture.
Wow.
It's so damn cold.
That is
crazy.
ridiculous.
I just did the conversion.
What
That's
is that
actually
in
where the
Fahrenheit?
conversion meets. So it's minus 43.6 Fahrenheit. That's
Holy
the
cow.
meeting point.
If
Here, I think minus 40 is the meeting point. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
But
ridiculous.
nobody in the chat room.
Oh, no. Sorry. I did 42. It's minus 46. Okay, minus 50.8 Fahrenheit.
I was gonna say there's no. Yeah, it's gonna have to be higher than that in the Fahrenheit or lower. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
JW.
I think
says,
minus 40
hopefully,
is a meeting point.
check this out. JW, and this is an important statement in the chat room. JW says, hopefully these channels will start getting deeper into the ME or into the me instead of just talking changes. I think that's really important.
I agree 100%. That's what I was trying to do here in the first
I
place.
do too.
And
I'll tell you,
You can
I
start
think
from the beginning, the first 2 hours, we're into that.
Yeah.
I think people are becoming complacent with the ME idea and not realizing the seriousness of this thing, of the reality. I mean, how big this really is. And they've become, oh, well, it's just the normal way things progress. And it's like, no, this is not normal. Suso, you're rocking around, brother, like you got to go to the bathroom. Are you okay over there?
Oh, I just slipped out real quick. I'm back. What happened? You were going. That's where.
Well, we were just talking. Yeah, we were just saying that I think people, and JW says, it is important to me, but it seems the conversation always goes to changes. And I think he's really making some serious observations and points here.
It does. He's right.
Because there's more to this than just the matter changes that are taking place. There's more to it on such a level that I don't think the majority can comprehend, to be honest.
So where did we go with that, Noble? Where were we going with that? I mean, that was
We went everywhere. We were talking half the night about theory and ins and outs and people that are aware, people that aren't, different possibilities. All kinds of stuff, man.
Hello, Mark Evans, and welcome to the room.
But that's the thing. What's the physical part? The physical part of it is the changes. That's what we're noticing. That's why it always seems to go back to that. I've said it a few times, you know, hey, okay, what do the changes mean? Well, we all come up with theories. There's, you know, 20 decent theories out there at this point. Maybe not decent, but there's 20 theories out there.
Or more.
And
JW says, don't get me wrong, I like the changes. Thank you for making that point. Mary Lane says, I saw that they are using different formula for the chemtrails, some so you don't see them as good. That's an interesting point because a lot of people lately have been talking about not being able to see the chemtrails. Peg says, I don't know, part of me thinks we are shown this to prepare us for something else, or to prepare some of us for something. Rain on the Plains is not normal at all. We need to find out why, the how, and the who. And Randall Strong says, have you guys noticed the colors of the rainbow is inverted? Yep, that's been discussed. Scott Kushner says, most of us can only take small bites at a time. And that's the key right there. A lot of people that are just now coming on board with seeing these, CCAT says it's a spiritual thing. But yeah, people take small bites. I mean, you can't give them all of the information at once. They just cannot digest that.
I've told everybody the last 2 years in 15 minutes at the bar, and they're just staring at me like, and they get it, and they understand it, and they're going with it. And most of the time when I do that, they get it, but they walk away scratching their head. You know, though when they leave, it's like, wow, what was all that?
If you'll click on present and make list to me, present scarabperformance. If you can get his to present to the chat room, everybody will be able to see the chat. So when it loads up, they'll know what questions we're talking about.
As far as I got it going on,
Angela.
he is presenting. At least that's what it says for me.
It says he's presenting, but that's in the Google Hangout, not in the actual chat room.
So where do I go with that?
That you have to ask him.
Okay, what are you wanting to do?
Make the chat room in the actual YouTube, what people are seeing, so that when they play back, they can see these.
Well, I'm presenting the chat room, so it's up to Suso to present my screen.
You got to present his screen to the actual chat. So right now, Suso, all we see is your emblem.
It says he's presenting. That's what I don't understand. What do I have to click his camera on?
Yeah. Let's see if that works.
Suso turned on your camera. What?
I just turned on your camera. I don't know.
Okay, well, I don't have a camera, so.
He's just showing he's just showing the chat. So.
No, it's not about turning on my camera. It's about turning. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on.
How does he?
Okay. Look, Suso, you need to go down there and click my icon. There'll be a little arrow, pull down arrow. It says, present to everybody.
It says stop. It says stop presenting is what it says.
Okay. Yeah, because yeah. Suso ended your presentation. Okay.
Now it says present to everyone.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. You guys got it now?
I'm not touching anything.
Okay. Let's see what's going on here.
No, he keeps jumping to his full desktop there.
That's the only way I can get the screen up there. But that's not what we want.
Click on my highlight.
Highlight it.
Okay, yeah, it looks like you've highlighted me. Okay, good. But you got to present.
Do you have to double click Rain on the Plains questions? Does it have to be? Does it have to double click when you hit the present?
I don't understand why this is so difficult. All you gotta do is just click on my little pull down bar, menu, and say present to everybody.
I did it.
All right, there. Okay,
and
good.
It's still not coming up. You leave it alone because it still says for me to click that. It's not.
Double click it. Try double clicking it.
Oh boy, you're gonna kick me out of this room.
No.
Melissa says, "Don't eject anyone. They can't get back in the chat." LOL.
No, that's like, oh man, I feel like, oh god,
we're all gonna get screwed. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat room, we want to thank you for tuning in this morning and welcome to Mind Beyond Matter, presented by Suso. This is Mandela Effect Live, and he's working. This is his second show. And Scarabperformance is trying to talk him into how to present this thing. Bear with us.
It's
technical
process.
This is jacked. I'm gonna have to see you in the afternoon and figure this out.
All right. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working for you, brother. I mean, all I do is just allow somebody to present, and then they present. And
Peg says, "Bye. I had fun leading up to this."
He's getting stuck.
Oh crap!
I'm thinking he's getting stuck in the presenting his full desktop ahead of time.
Yeah,
stop that. You have to go back to that same one.
He's got to stop presenting everything, and then just select one person.
Okay.
Yeah, do that.
So on the left at the top, go to that green screen again, and click on that and stop share. Something to stop share.
I mean, it's still an entertaining show right now because everybody's watching you try to figure this out because we still see you.
Thanks. Great. Oh, well, I'm back. All right, leave it.
But if you can do the chat, then you can see what people are saying and stuff like that. You gotten some really good comments in there and things that will be lost forever because, well, once this goes live, those chat rooms are gone. And so if you want to share. Belinda Brubaker says, "Good morning, all you crazy kids."
Good morning.
Randall Strong says, "Events." Something about crystals.
Thank you, Rain. We love you too.
Thank you, Rain. Yeah. Thanks for putting up with this.
Event says, "Have you noticed when light goes through your quartz crystals, the colors have inverted?" Hey, you got it up. You've got the chat room showing, bro. You did it.
I didn't do anything. I'm not touching nothing.
Somebody did it. But you're also showing your control room on the side there of how to mute and turn people up or down.
See, I think we've got a few factors at work here. We have photo, which is he's lagging behind by a few seconds. And then every time Suso makes an input, he's directing him based on what he's seeing. And it's
I'm over
it's like the Keystone Cops up in here right now.
Oh, that's so funny, man. Okay. Oh, there we go. No, he went boxed again. He started pushing buttons. Evidently.
I haven't touched the
Oh,
now what? Now what?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, YouTube. I tell you what, while you're trying to figure it out, Dan, help him out there, brother.
No, I'm done. I'm not helping. No,
you're not going to help him? You're not helping him? No. What are you saying? You're going to leave him hanging?
I'm going to say that, you know what? At this point, having the chat up is no big deal.
I got it now.
It's over. It's over, photo.
I got it.
It's over. We're done.
Scarabperformance does not want the competition of Suso, and it just shot way off into a starlight window.
I'm done. I'm like, no.
This is entertaining.
I'm taking my toys and I'm going home.
Don't go home with your toys.
I'm taking my toys and I'm leaving.
Don't leave your toys.
Let's say welcome to Angela Huff, Belinda Brubaker, Bubbles, Event Horizons, JW, who was having some serious questions about this stuff being serious and not just the changes.
Go watch the first 2 hours. Me and Noble got into some pretty heavy stuff.
Okay, I think he heard that.
Don't watch this last.
Don't watch this last part. Once photo come on, it was downhill from there. KC Katz, Louisa, Mary Lane, Melissa, Pegs, Rain on the Plains with a wrench, Randall Strong, Scott Kushner with a wrench, and Sherry D, and Suso wearing a crown. And there goes the windows off into oblivion. Oh, he's back.
You must be on some delay or something, because I don't see
That's what I'm telling you.
That's
He's
what
on
everybody
delay.
said. I'm on. Hey, look.
He's on delay,
Scarab
trying to
done told
direct you
everybody.
with a delay. You know how hard that is?
I am using 10 cups, little cans that I made out of soup cans with copper string. That's how my computer works. Casey Katz at 144,000. Good morning, everyone. Guardian Matrix.
So did everybody catch the story about the yield sign where it's changed a few times for me in the last couple of weeks, months, or whatever? I've been telling everybody it's a red diamond, and I would show them pictures on my phone, and no one would argue with me about it. But now it's apparently never been a red diamond. It's always been an upside down triangle red.
But it used to be an upside down triangle yellow.
That's how I remember it right from the beginning.
Right.
I've had some people say upside right. Noble was one of those. The upside down one, I can't even see. When it's elongated, no, it does not look right at all. But when it's a square, it's a fatter. It's not as thin. Yeah, I kind of see that. But the red triangle that it is now just doesn't look right. But see, that's the thing. I was taking that personal. It's actually the same room. I just moved everything around. I was taking it everything personal, and I was saying that probably last week or whatever, that yeah, these Mandela effects could start to be very personal for everyone, and I won't be able to call Dan or you and start chatting with you about it, because you're going to be going, hey, I got my own changes to deal with. And
wow, we've never been like that. Like, yo, man, your changes are just. Psh,
no, we wouldn't do that. Now, I'm saying it's important that we stick together, because I really think that could start happening. And me and Noble were saying, damn it, did it again.
It's like, man, I can't deal with. Look, I got too much on my plate, Sue. So, your little yield sign change. I mean, psh.
That's horrible.
No, I know, right? No, I wouldn't be like that.
You just were. What are you talking about?
No. I was saying, like, that's what I was trying to say. I was like, we wouldn't be that way. Like, we wouldn't. Yeah.
No, we wouldn't.
No.
We totally. So he needs to get a little model of a chicken leg. What's wrong with you? What's wrong, Noble?
I said I've been up too long. I'm laughing. I just can't stop laughing. I've been muted.
Hey, it's good for you, though. Laughter is good medicine, right?
You've reached the silly stage. Yeah, I know. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, after my third win.
Yeah, I know. It happens.
You're going to take off? Should we knock this out?
I'm going to sit here and laugh.
Sit there and laugh. And if you feel like you have something to say something. Because this was all coming down to what? If history's changing, if history's going to constantly change, what's the only thing that matters?
Well, that's a deep question that needs some thought.
Not really.
We keep our sanity, and we keep from Putin, I mean.
Okay, yeah. Well, how about this? I'm going to scripture it. You know I'm going to.
Yeah, you can, but my answer to that is now. Now
that's what I'm talking about.
The only thing that matters.
Scripture says, he who puts his hand to the plow is not worthy of the kingdom if he looks back. In other words, what's behind you is behind you. You got to focus forward and straight on. You don't look behind you to see if you cross the line. You're not worthy to push the plow if you're making curves in the dirt. You run a straight line. You look forward. You're here and now, and you push on and push forward. You don't look back. What's happened in the past is a memory. It's gone, and most people can't remember the same anyway. What's done is done. Where we're at right this very moment is what exists.
Yeah, that's what matters. That's what I'm saying. For me, it's coming down to living in the moment. But yet I'm finding things in my past that I remember changed and not correlating it with Mandela effects, and now
let me ask you, does the past actually affect you though, bro? honestly.
Well, apparently not, because I have memories of things in this reality. I have memories of things that happened in the past, but they didn't happen. I know they didn't happen. I mean, there's things I know that didn't happen, and so did it affect me? No, because I didn't do those things. You know, those things didn't happen. It happened another way for me. So did it affect me here where I'm at now? No, consciousness is the only thing that's real. These things aren't changing. It's whatever I experience is the only thing that's going to matter.
Event Horizon says, I'm cool with continuing if y'all, LOL, keep it going. So you got people that are standing by you and that are willing to just listen to you go on as long as you can go until you black out.
Well, we're close to that. Although I did get an extra half hour sleep. Oversleep.
So here's a question for you, Suso. This is your show. This is your setup.
It's our show. It's everybody, chat room, everybody that's listening to it on tape. It's everybody's show. I don't.
Okay.
Did you just reference tape?
Did I say tape?
Is it Memorex?
Tape.
Recording.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's old. He's old.
Showing your age.
I'm flashing back.
My man.
Talk about memories.
He's quantum jumping right in front of us right now.
Get that 8-track going here in a minute.
My man said tape.
He said tape. Whether it's taped, is it live or is it Memorex?
Oh, now they're gonna kick me off. You can't say Memorex or they boot you, right?
No, I know. They didn't.
Okay, so what's this question with all these channels getting deleted? Are y'all aware of all this garbage running around? I think people are just
what channel? What channel? What?
I don't know. Different ones I've heard names of. Well, okay, RFB, he's got one going.
Well, RFB gets booted.
He knocks one off every other week.
Yeah, he's always doing something.
He's got a backup channel. He's got a backup.
Got 3 backup channels.
And his name did change spelling.
Yeah, it did.
For me, it did.
Yeah, he's a shifty one anyway.
It was RITCHIE, right?
Yeah.
Here's another name that changed for me, and I emailed him about it. I haven't even checked if I gotten a reply. Moneybags. Now, I wanted to ask him if I had 2 G's for it. When I first ran into his channel, it was BAGGS. Plain as day, I got it. Yeah, because now my trigger point for 2 G's.
Wow.
And
2 G's on bag.
See, I got to imagine it's never. I'm going to imagine this is just me, and he's never.
Do you remember, Suso, what you said about 5 minutes ago? You have memories that you know aren't real.
Yeah, but this is one that for me, I have a trigger point. I remember seeing his name with 2 G's, and I always laughed because my first rock group was called Jet Lag with 2 G's.
That was the day you were seeing double vision, brother.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. And I do remember that. And when I assumed he changed it,
Moneybags with 2 G's.
Listen, I'm the only one that's ever said this. I just emailed him yesterday about it, and I'm just bringing it up first time today. It's coming up. But this is something I saw a year ago. I mean, when I first saw his channel, it was 2 G's.
Okay, why did you pick the list? Why did you pick the Listerine up when you say that?
Because you're on a 5-minute lag.
I'd say so. Wow.
If you're just getting me picking up the Listerine, you are lagging big time.
I'm over there watching the chat room.
Lagging.
Question.
2 G's.
All right, I'm
I've
back.
definitely heard a couple of people say money bag 73 instead of money bags.
There it is right there. Moneybags 2G 73. That's exactly how I saw it. Hey, oh, that's Scarab. He put that in.
Hey. Trying to help it. I just want to type it out and look at it. That's all. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see the Mandela. I got to let the Mandela seep into the bone, baby.
100% remember it. And now it's just with 1G. And I never put it together that, hey, that could have been a Mandela effect.
Hey, how about lag with 2 G's?
Yeah, you're lagging.
What about Bragg's apple cider?
No S. 2 G's, no S. There is no S
Bragg.
now, but I remember the S for sure. 100. That's
Yeah,
a
it was
100.
Bragg's.
I
It
gotta
was
get me
always.
some Braggs in here, I guess. See, this is what happens. I have no Sex in the City tapes, no interview with a no interview
Well,
with a
I'm glad you
vampire,
put
no
tapes
And they
Braggs.
fill that room up.
I couldn't
You
believe
just
what
get
he
yourself a Chevy and a Ford while you were at it.
I remember when your name was Souza with two Z's.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hey,
You
listen, my
scared me,
friend,
Suso. You
my
said I
friend
don't get
Don.
no Sex in the City. I didn't know if you were going to put tapes on the end of that or not.
My friend Donnie out in Philadelphia, or actually he's outside of Philadelphia. I guess he's in Pennsylvania with two ends. Yeah.
2 ends.
What the heck, man? I got to stop describing things before I just got to start talking about them. Can't even remember what the hell Donnie was talking about. What were you talking about? Sex in the City?
No, you were talking about the 2 N's or 2 G's on money bags.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. Everybody's talking about this guy, Mr. Pennywise, or whatever the Monopoly guy's name. I always thought it was money bags.
No, that's from
Pennywise. Isn't that from Stephen King?
Not the Pennywise, but they call him Mr. Pennybags or something.
Okay.
I thought it was money bags.
I was like, isn't that Stephen King?
Yeah, Pennywise is
I just
the
get a
evil
picture of a
clown.
clown. Evil clown when you say that. I'm like, whoa. It's a little too early for evil clowns over there.
Annie, that's money bags, right? Annie?
Money bags, yeah. Where did you get that picture? That's awesome, dude.
This one here?
Yeah.
That's a card.
That is cool.
I walked through oh, look at that. It's a get out of jail free card. I didn't even look inside. I went to a store and just when I walked by it, the first thing I saw was this one. And I just started walking down the aisle, grabbing all these cards.
Hey, Lone Eagle. Hey, no, I just woke up, man. And I came in here. Actually, I actually slept.
Send me your email, brother. I'll get you in here.
Lone Eagle's in the room.
Yep.
Awesome. I love his stuff, man.
Yeah, hopefully Wednesday mornings is it still Wednesday morning?
It is.
So Lone Eagle, yeah, when you wake up, hopefully this will still be on. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more, formatted, organized. It's fine as long as we talk about. To me, look, let's get down to it. Let's figure it out. I mean, we're not gonna, but this is what keeps me sane. I get up at 3, 4 in the morning looking for something to talk about during Mandela effects, and there's nobody on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm doing this. Keep these late chats at night. You guys are welcome to join me if you like. I wanted to do something different every week. I didn't want to have call-ins every week. I was going to have Jesse on. I fell asleep. I got the notice out to him late. He probably just called it a night. So there was no phone calls, which is fine. It's not something I'm planning on doing every week. I plan on interviewing people that you guys have never heard of that are into the Mandela effect.
I like that. I'll tell you what, interviewing some of these newbies, people that are just coming on board, they're fun because they're shocked.
Yeah, but what's going to happen, and that's fine. And some of the phone calls I want people who don't have anybody to talk to about this, really want to get on and just say something. I really feel like there's people out there that need to talk about it, and I think they'd be comfortable coming on the show, talking. Don't tell me who they are, where they're from. Just blurt out your experiences, what's happened, what's freaked you out, and we'll talk you down. We've been at this for a while.
Talk you down. Step away from the ledge.
But we've been at this a while, so we do get a little complacent with it, and Noble said it, I've said it. I see a change, and I just go, ha! I laugh it off and walk away. What's the change showing me? The change is showing me that my consciousness has shifted into another timeline, or physical reality totally changed on me, or the computer program glitched, or I didn't get the download. So it's showing me something. The yield sign got real personal. What did that show me? It woke me up. It brought back the emotions, and that's one of the things we were talking about early on. When I read about the Egyptians believing the stars were souls, that I was into the reading about the flat Earth information. I just could not pull myself into. I wanted to believe that the Earth was flat, and I finally it hit me. You're not going to prove to me it's a ball. It's been proven to me that the ball is a lie, but you're not going to prove to me it's flat. You can't, because if I do that, I'm doing exactly the same thing I did when I believed it was a ball. I'm taking everybody's word.
Can you really, can you really trust the flat Earth movement when you see who is leading it?
It's not even. It's not even about that.
Well, it is kind of, because when you see who's pushing that, you realize that those guys are, man, total shills. So
is that what it is? They're trying to push that it's flat.
Oh, dude, like
because why? It's a
Mark Sargent and all those guys, and heck, man, I mean, all of them that were pushing that stuff, they were totally. I mean, you can totally tell now, and it looked very suspicious in the beginning, anyway. So I was watching it, and I found it interesting from a scientific, perspective. But then I started kind of paying attention to these guys, and I mean, come on, man, Patricia Steer and Mark and all that, the whole. All the circuits behind that, and then you look at what these guys, and it's like, whatever, man. I mean, you were totally set up to do it. It's a psyop. It totally is.
But didn't they bring some things to your attention?
Yes, they did.
Of what's true?
Yes, they did.
Absolutely.
They did. Now, absolutely, sure. And I'm not saying that there isn't some stuff there, but why? The big question is, why would they be willing to do it right now? What is it a distraction? Is it?
Yes, it is a distraction. I have an answer for that. They're distracting you from. You can shift your consciousness into whatever reality you want. They don't want you to know that.
Well,
I don't know, but I don't know that's completely true, because if I shift my consciousness into any reality I want, I would not be sitting in this house right now.
Well,
actually, no, that's not true, because it has to do with your emotions, your feelings, and your beliefs. Your beliefs are already set in the house you're in. You really need to be able to believe you can fly before you can fly. And I recommend.
I tried that last year and broke my leg.
I recommend doing it from the street. All right, not a building. You can fly. You can take off from the street. But the point is, guess what? We can fly, but we don't believe it. We truly don't believe it. That's why we're not doing it. Does that make sense?
I think
Randall mentioned something really important. He said, "Do you think the flat Earth thing is a Mandela effect?"
That's when it came up.
It's a good point, because it came up right before the Mandela effect took off for me. And but once I saw the Mandela effect, I knew where I needed to be. I knew what road I needed to take. But
I think you're trying to hide the Mandela effect.
There's a good man. I'm telling you, there's a strong possibility of that.
I'm stepping away from this just for a second. I gotta go fill my coffee up.
Oh, go grab me one, will you?
All right.
Oh, me too. Golly, I need some coffee.
Noble, you were going to chime in on that?
Oh, the flat Earth is so what's the word? I don't know. Everyone gets so worked up over it. It's ridiculous. You can't discuss nothing. You're either a flat earther, hardcore, or you're an idiot, right?
And who was saying that? I think it was somebody on your show, Danny. Somebody was saying it's not one or the other.
Yeah, Matt was talking about that, and he's right. Look, here's the thing about the flat Earth now: it has become a religion, like beyond all religions. It is crazy, and if you don't believe in it, and if you're a like a flat Earth, questioner or denier to any degree, you'll get torn up, man. I mean, those guys are because what it is they've taken that narrative, and that they feel like, hey, we've been lied to about the ball. And you're right, you have absolutely the spinning Earth, the ball, gravity, all of it, all the science. They're full of it, man. It's all a bunch of BS.
But that doesn't mean it's flat.
No, it doesn't mean it's flat, but it definitely doesn't mean but what it is they've latched on to the idea that was the lie, and this is the truth, and that's where the deception lies.
And that's what I said.
That's where the deception lies in everything. Absolutely everything for hundreds of years. If it's not up, it must be down. If it's not
right. If it's not a Democrat, it must be the Republican.
The whole damn world is stupid as F, man.
Dude, we've been given this choice of
religion, everything.
Right. We've been given a choice our whole lives of either left or right. right? Or up or down. And that's the thing. It's never been two choices. It's always somewhere in the middle. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. And that's what I've always said. And yeah, guys, I agree. I mean, like when I looked at Flat Earth at first, I was like everybody, I was like, damn, man, science isn't matching up with what, they're saying. It doesn't. There's so many interesting things and concepts about it. And I get it. It's very provocative. It'll suck you in and you get into it. But then once you get into it, you're left with the question of, I also think too, there's sort of an underlying, they're pushing the idea of this dome above us. So it's like we're trapped here.
Yeah. That
I don't like that idea either, because
that limits things. Because
I don't like feeling like I'm sort of like,
in a petri dish.
Yeah, like I'm in God's petri dish here.
So now you understand why they had
the earth is God's ottoman.
So now you understand why they had to tell us we live on a ball in outer space, because we're not confined. If that's the case, we're not confined. We're not going to try and get out. Now, you were talking about Devil's Tower and the trees and the mountains. Well, what if we were giants and we discovered all this?
Well, we were.
All we're going to do is climb out and walk the South Pole and see what's out on the other side of the infinite ice or whatever it is. If it's just one of the theories out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of theories.
There's a lot of theories. And I think that honestly, one of my main theories is how do we know that when we actually visually, if we were to go to the edge, and how do you know that land in reality isn't created by us? Meaning, like, how do we know there is an edge? We don't know.
Like a video game, the more you walk,
the more you see. The more you go, the more you create. And they've basically what they're doing is condensing our consciousness and reality into one small little area.
Okay, so let's look at a couple of points here, though. Here's a couple of things we got to consider for the reality of it. Okay, we know that matter, physical matter, literally is changing. We know they're collecting a thing they call dark matter at CERN. That is something that they're really doing. That is something they're trying to do. However they do that,
well, we don't know. There's no evidence of dark matter, but go ahead.
No, but I mean, this is what they're telling us. That
and we're
perceiving what they're trying to do.
Yeah, but the first person that said that was the guy that used to be on that guy Pastor Begley's show. What? And he got busted.
Are you serious? No, listen, don't take me away from the point. The point ain't about whether they're doing it or not. I'm just making that as a side note that this is what science is saying they're trying to do. That they're trying to collect the gluons, which we know is real. Somehow this invisible matter, the antimatter.
They call it the gluons. Okay.
All right. Gluons. What's referred to. And so they're trying to collect this concept, okay? They're trying the ether, if you will, basically that realm, the invisible, where the angels dwell, the supernatural, the invisible. We all agree that realm exists because we see ghosts or shadows or angels or demons or whatever comes in and out. That interdimensional kind of concept, okay? That construct, whatever. If they're able to do this, if that's what they're tampering with, trying to rip a hole into that realm, as it were. And we're seeing matter changing in the ways that we're seeing it. Everything from land masses moving, which is, I mean, you can go there and stand on the ground yourself where you were 5 years ago and see that it's not the same. Now, of course, yeah, there's land erosion and all this and that, but the Statue of Liberty, I mean, people that have been there and had their photographs in the arm and told now for the last 100 years, they're not 100 years old. I mean, we're talking people in their 40s and 50s that have been there and said, no, I was there. I got photos. And yet, but you're not been in it for the last 100 years allowed to go in there. Something changed in the history. The JFK assassination, we can look at the footage now. And we all agree that those of us that were four-seaters, we see it and we say, that's not right. There's something's changed there. Now, whether the history aspects really make a difference, but he who controls the history controls the future, right? Or so they say. So when we look at things that are actually changing, literally, whether it's your cereal box, your movie lines, your Bible, whatever it is that's physical for you, your signs, your yield sign. I mean, all of these things that we can put our hands on physically and see that it's changed. Go out to JCPenney's or Chick-fil-A, for God's sakes. Climb up on the sign. Feel it. It's real. That's physical matter. That's solid. And we know it's changed. But in such a way that nobody even seen it do it. So what's happened? Is it in our minds? Is just our minds been affected to remember? Is this all false memory implant? Have we been affected? Or is it the mass majority of the population under some sort of grand experiment by some entity above us, whether it be scientific, Fermi Labs, or Anderson Institute doing their time manipulation stuff, that their studies, government-funded studies, are going on? Or is this some God thing? Or is this some Lucifer thing? I mean, matter is literally changing reality around us, the construct that we can put our hands on. So the question is this really serious? Or is this just something that, is it our minds? Is it our minds that have been doctored by the different wave function, the G5 networks that they're putting out? Or, I mean, what the crap, man? Is it the cell phone?
It could be. Is it the chemtrails? Are they dumping? Is that why they've been dumping crap on people forever? Is it
nanotechnology?
Is it that stuff that's being able to project the new reality into people and give them the update? That's a theory that's out there. I mean,
with no chemtrails, and I've been feeling.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I'm saying we know that it's been going on for what? I mean, we can go back and look. It's been going on 40 years. I mean, they've been doing this. They ramped it up in the 90s into the 2000s, and you might get a day or so without it, but hey, it doesn't matter. You're breathing.
You're not streaming anything on your YouTube channel, by the way.
Anything?
It's just your picture of Susan.
Oh, that's fine. That's great.
That was
look at this. one of the connecting theories to the idea of the dust, the nano dust or particles, or nanotech, and them spraying it or even feeding it to us, whatever. If that happens, and if you combine that with the concept of our perception of reality can have an effect of reality, and the programming, then they could be using us to change reality. And considering the masses, the most of the people on the planet are stuck to a screen and are less connected to physical, like real reality, less than they've ever been, because their screen is more important to their life now than the ground they walk on. Right? They're very disconnected. They're not.
Yeah, I believe that.
So let me ask you this: that could be an epiphany.
So that it becomes a lot easier for them to program us to change reality for them.
Well, haven't they been playing God? What they program us with? Look at what they program us with, though. Hold on. They program us with fear, stress, and everything else. Like, I mean, look what's being projected on television and things like that. I mean, everything, all the lies and all the deception and all the crap that's out there right now. We just talked about, flat earth or round earth and things like that. I mean, yeah, we're obviously being manipulated for a reason. And you're right. I think in some regards, consciously, collectively, we do have a big impact on what reality is.
So check this out, though.
So can't we change it?
Noble may have hit on an epiphany moment right here. And what I mean by that is that, okay, so you say that, okay, and again, for argument's sake, we don't know, but say the nanotech is the reality, okay, that they're spraying in these chemtrails. They tell you it's for whatever reasons, military production, military complex, maybe it's weather control, whatever the reasons they say. Fine. But in that, those particles, these nanoparticles, nanotech, I mean, we're talking about stuff that's invisible to the naked eye. And they've shown how this stuff works. Say that's in there and it gets in, okay? And it's hooking in and working its way to your brain and whatever cells it hooks to and replicates and does all this junk. And then, like you said, people are in front of a screen, whether it's their phones or their computers. I mean, you can go in there and look. The screens you're in front of puts out a radioactive material. It puts out different frequencies, whether it's songs or different music or different vibrations that come out that you don't even hear. I mean, like a dog whistle, you blow it and the dogs go crazy, but we can't hear it. So there's different radio frequencies that come out at different levels, Lord of the airwaves, if you will, having a way with it. So say that is what causes these nanotech particles that we've ingested or inhaled.
If that's true.
If that's true, yes, this is a theory. If it's true, that those things, and the people that are into the screens watching TV and believe everything Fox or CNN or whatever else that they're following, they're still in that paradigm that politics is real and their vote matters, those kinds of things, where people are still, and we're talking the mass population, the majority are in some screen or another. They're walking around with their faces buried in their cell phone, and all of the different kind of signals and frequencies and radioactive frequency, radio waves that go through the air are bombarding. And could this not be the reason that if there are changes, that perhaps the reason the ones that don't see is because that this nanotech, they're buried in the TV. You think about this, most of the people who are into, say, seeing the changes are really not big TV watchers. Most people, if they watch a movie, they're analytical about it. They're watching to analyze what the new symbolisms are.
But you can still get caught up in that programming.
In a heartbeat. You can fall into an alpha state in the programming easy. And I think that's why a lot of us that see changes are still not observant to all of them. We don't catch all the changes, and some stuff we're just not familiar with. If I never ate Captain Crunch, I would always think, well, it's always been Captain Crunch, whatever. Point being, but what if, and again, this is all conjecture rather. If this stuff that they've sprayed has actually entered into our systems and worked together with our molecules, the clay and the iron mixing together, as it were, and then the programming that comes from the frequencies of having our faces buried in screens, whether it's television or computers or phones, whatever, is bombarded, which activates these little creepy crawlies or whatever they got going on with that. Is that what's deadening the senses? Because most of the truthers that are in this, that see the changes, try and stay away from TV.
And TV dulls their mind and stops them from using.
Well, I remember years ago, I had a friend who would come by and watch TV with me and whatever. We would sit there, and there are just certain people. And I saw him early on, man, and it's like right now he's totally asleep to this. I mean, he sees the change, but he cognitive dissonance kicks in. He gets angry. He's my good friend. And we would sit there watching TV, and I would look over and we'd be talking. Guys can just talk and watch TV. He can't do that. I mean, the television would be on and his mouth was hanging open. He was like just in a zombie, like
alpha state.
Oh my God. It was crazy to watch. So there are some people that get that way. And also I believe that sense of that particular state that he's in is a very relaxing, very calming state. And I think that's why people watch television. It's
hypnotic.
It's hypnotic. Yeah. Yeah. And I watched it happen. And I was shocked because I was like, because he woke up out of it and he goes, oh my gosh, what? He goes, oh, I'm sorry. Where was I? And I was like, dude, you're just like totally zombieing out to the television, bro. And, it was the first time I've ever seen anybody that bad. But that's just, that's interesting because this was a guy that used to, talk about stuff on a conspiracy level with me early on. But later on, as he got more entrenched in this world and in the, physical reality, and, he got married, he had kids, he's got all kinds of other things and a lot of sticks in the fire, as Photo likes to say, that he's got to worry about. Well, it's really difficult to be here, be looking at this stuff.
Lone Eagle said in the chat room, he says, I'm buried in the TV a lot. He uses a lot as 2 words. I love that. He says, I'm buried in the TV a lot. That being a monitor, a cell, TV, and I see. But I don't give what I'm watching the power. Does that make sense? He says.
Yeah.
And it does, because you can control, like if you watch movies, me and my wife will watch something.
Sure. I'm not saying, right.
You watch it to analyze it. and be analytical. You're looking for symbolism, or you're looking for how they've done it, or the special effects, or whatever it is that you're into, that you're studying. You look at somebody on a video game, and I'm guilty of that. You get in on one of these Xbox or PlayStation, or you get in a video game where you can play, and it becomes so realistic. Now, I've watched people get really, I mean, downright crazy in those things. They take it realistically.
See, it's not necessarily watching TV that's the problem. It's watching TV and not knowing what they're doing to you. It's not knowing that they are predictive programming you. Okay. Yeah. It's like this, for instance, years ago, the sign out used to be the Star Spangled Banner. Remember that? Did you ever see the video I put out about that? All the subliminal messages behind the Star Spangled Banner.
Hey, listen, you need to redo that one again. People need to see that again, because I think a lot of people probably missed that. And now you got a good number of subscribers. You need to redo that one.
Something else you need to redo. I heard you had Dan. I heard you had what are they called? You invent something. You get
an epiphany?
No, you were looking up
hemorrhoids.
It begins with a P. Patents.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You found patents on the Mandela effect.
Yes.
That you got to redo a video.
Well, I know it's weird. It's like I've come a long way, you know, from where I did a lot of stuff early on, and it's like it kind of just gets, you just figure, well, you know, I mean,
it gets shuffled.
It gets shuffled under. Yeah, you forget about some of that stuff, and then you go back and look at what my body of work, and it's, you know, it's like, wow. So the thing is you're right. Yeah, it's
you can do database. Like Mandela effect flashback.
Yeah,
just a reminder, and then show where they've got this thing he's talking about, the patent on it, and then go in and maybe show some of these other things that are so important to what is actually going on. Because again,
one of the best
that are new still coming in that won't look at that old stuff.
Well, you know, here's what's weird. When you go to my channel and you click on my videos, it only goes so far. All the, like, you know, so many videos only get shown, not all of them. And so that's why it's like important to create maybe a secondary channel, which I have. And I thinking about moving videos over there or creating new playlists, you know, separating some of my effects. Well, I've got over 300 videos. So
but you got such a good number on your channel you're on. All you got to do is just put a replay from the past. Remember this.
Right. And, and that's what you can do with the playlist. Yeah.
But but a lot of people don't search those. A lot. I mean, I'm just saying, post it as a new video.
No one's gonna see. No one can even get to those videos. That's my point.
That's what I mean, post it as a new video on your channel.
Because when you go to YouTube and they only, I don't know what's the number, what's the cutoff, but at some point you just can't go any further. And that's not my first videos. I mean, there's a year's worth of videos that aren't being shown on my channel.
Really? So you're saying eventually my very first video will kind of just drop off?
Kind of drop off. You just won't be able to get to it. You'll be able to get to it personally, but people that go to your channel, when you go to your channel as a normal subscriber and you go and you click videos and you keep scrolling down and going down to the very first, if they're like, man, I want to see what Suso, his very first stuff, you know, I want to see all about this guy. You go back to the first video, it won't be your first one. It'll be the one that you did 6 months later. That'll be the first one.
Well,
that'll be the start.
Is it
well,
when you get or a video thing? How many videos?
I don't know. It's a video thing. I think it's just I don't know why they're doing that. They just shut my videos up. And then I don't know. It's strange. I haven't figured it out. So I thought, well, if I create playlists and I sort of, you know, separate the effects into maybe logo changes and you know, just different stuff like that, people will be able to see it. And I can create a playlist like photos talking about maybe like something like, like some of the most important Mandela effects that I've done. And one of the best ones really is when I called the girl who submitted the patent for Skechers. I called her.
Oh, Noble mentioned this to me, I bet.
Yeah. I called her personally and talked to her on the phone. That was amazing. And she was like, oh, I don't, you know, I'm like, I was like, you didn't realize it was Skechers with a T, right? And she's like, oh no, it's probably just you know, I mean, she just totally was like, it must be a spelling, you know, spell checker thing, or, you know, just spell checker or whatever. And I'm like, girl, you submitted this in the 90s. There was no spell checker. you know? Yeah. So there's, I mean, you know, I said that later. I didn't say it to her at that point. I was just kind of letting her explain herself. I didn't want to put her on the spot too much because I'm here talking about, you know, reality changing and the fact that it was Skechers. You have it on the patent as Skechers. You submitted this patent and this is your company name. Well, how could you mess this up? And she just,
and that's
you could
your
tell
signature at the bottom right there.
Yeah. And that's where it's like they really have no excuse. In fact, at that point, you just sort of feel like you're in a corner. So all they say is, well, it must be just you know, it's a spelling mistake. Get over it, you know. Right. And it's like, no, you don't understand. You cannot submit a patent for a company that doesn't exist.
And that's what that is.
Now, one of the things that has been offered out, that one guy we were talking about, wanting to get him on there, he had mentioned about copyrights. And a lot of these corporate companies, because of the different deals with bankruptcies and more money mergers and different copyright concepts, that if they change something like Berenstein to Berenstain, now there's a new copyright concept that somebody, either past or future, could take advantage of that and make money off of it somehow. I don't know how all that would work. That would be something to investigate on a deeper basis, I'm sure. Let me give a shout out for you, Suso. Since you're not, you got some new people.
Go right ahead. I'm putting my fem glasses on so I can read something here.
You got Belinda Brewbaker's in the room, Dawn P, Event Horizons, Guardian Matrix, JW, JAC, Lone Eagles in the room, Mary Lane, Melissa, Overprotected, Pegs, Photohelix, Randall Strong, Roger Prescott, Scott Kushner, Suso, Truth Searching, and Wonder World. Welcome to everybody to Suso's Mind Beyond Matter, Mandela Effect Live.
This is the most people we've had watching live.
You've hit almost 50.
Well, everybody's waking up, checking it out, having some coffee.
That's my plan.
Maybe that's what we need. Maybe that's our problem. Maybe we need to do a morning show. That's like, you know, wake up in the morning, get your daily Mandela on your way to work.
Daily.
Wake up a Suso.
You want me to do this daily?
A cup of Suso. A cup of Suso. I love it. Yeah, I like the name. I think you
just hey, listen, man,
a cup of Suso.
It's just Cup Suso, okay? It's no
Cup Suso.
Cup Suso, no O. Cup Suso.
No, just Cup Suso.
Just Cup Suso. Wake up with Cup Suso.
Or Cup Scarab or something.
Tastes great and less filling.
Yeah, well, I am going to keep doing this at 2, 3 in the morning, whatever. Whatever happens. It's either going to be I want to get down to it. Me and Noble did pretty well the first couple hours on this one. Started to talk about cat's knocking my stuff over. Start talking about just. I don't know. We were getting into what's real, what's not real, and it's.
Now you do know that pyramid you're wearing on your shirt. Somebody's going to call you Illuminati base.
I work,
and you got the towers behind you. You know, the liberties.
I picked this one because there was the full moon that goes off actually today. Is today the 1st?
Today's the 28th. Don't tell me you've lost days now.
Yeah, well, because the full moon doesn't happen until March 1st, so that would be tomorrow.
When does the Olympics end?
They're done.
Are they done?
Yes, Sunday. I think this Sunday was the closing ceremonies. That's something I could have brought up. There were some incredible effects on that thing, and I only seen it because I was down at the bar. There was some really neat stuff, but I was picking up all kinds of just ritualistic stuff. I mean, I could see it, you know, and I wouldn't pay attention to it. I had to run around and do other things. But yeah, they ended Sunday.
Yeah. What are you playing with there in your hand?
Quartz.
Quartz crystal. You're becoming Picard.
That's this one I got up here representing Picard's crystal.
The next show you do, you need to go get you a Star Trek shirt.
You can buy that crystal online now. You know that. You can buy the replica crystal there, buddy.
It's probably not really quartz.
No, it's actually a quartz crystal.
Oh, really?
They grind them down to look like the one that he's got on there.
But it's a big one. It's not that little tiny baby.
Did you see the big one he's got? Again. Show the big one you got again, man. You got a giant quartz there.
You know what? You're not the first guy to say that to me. Anyway, actually, you are. You are the first guy.
I wouldn't say that.
I know. I feel like
you mean I'm not the first girl? It's not the first time you've heard that.
I screwed that up.
I'm not the first guy. Whoa.
Welcome.
Late night show. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Here, so you wanted to see this?
This is after hours. That's a big one.
Was this what you wanted to see?
Yeah, that is.
This thing got me through a lot of pain in 2015. I would just, believe it or not, just lay with this thing on my head. And just.
Well, yeah, that would do it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Gosh. Well,
but it helped.
You need to get the Bible is what you need to get. Put down that crystal.
I went over here. I don't know. But
this one, that helped him feel a lot of pain. I'm thinking that looks like something he might have passed.
This one doesn't change. I don't.
Over there, sitting there spooning with crystals, man. This is weird.
This Bible seems to have stayed basically the same.
Show has gone downhill. It's only second out.
Yeah.
What? Because I picked up a Bible?
We're talking about crystal.
No, because you said I'm not the first guy that told you that, and now you're spooning with crystals.
Yeah. Spooning. No. They honestly, they're sucking up the energy. They would make me feel so much better. Do you see all the shit I'm dropping here?
Yeah.
See? Yeah, you're getting nervous.
It's okay. Yeah, we'll blame it on the cat.
Pick the little crystal up.
Damn cat.
Cat.
Blame the poor cat.
Hey, I'm surprised they didn't come back and knock everything down while I was doing this. Although Prince was behind me earlier when me and Noble were talking.
Hey, the beautiful part is, Suso, no one's ever going to say, hey, that guy doesn't have any stones. Sorry, it's early, people.
I got all kinds of. I got a nice piece of black tourmaline over here that looks like a softball.
Oh, that's cool.
This is a nice piece I got. Wow. Yeah, I have a piece of rough.
What if you're just actually holding? What if you're really just holding like actual pieces of like fossilized giants?
This is actually tiger eye. Rough tiger eye right out of the ground.
Oh, yeah, I like tiger eye. I used to have a tiger's eye ring. Yeah.
I got my whole little rock collection over here.
I wear onyx now, black onyx.
What else we got? Oh, I got this Dr. Seuss book here because...
you're learning to read, we know.
Yeah. So, okay, this is how we're going to end this show.
Pug.
Big A, little a, what begins with A? Ant, Annie's, alligator, A. Dr. Seuss was actually spelled S-U-E, not S-E-U. So
wait a minute, wait. Say that again now. It's spelled, how's it spelled right now?
S-E-U.
That's wrong.
It is S-E-U, and I agree. It was S-U-E.
That's right.
I remember this because of
how is it spelled now?
S-E-U.
That's wrong. That's a Mandela.
That's look at the book right here.
Dude. Yeah, that I didn't. S-U-E-S-S.
Well, for me, it was my Sue was my ex-wife's name, and that's why it said Sue, and then S-U-E-S-S.
Why haven't you changed your name to Dr. Suso?
I'm not a doctor. I don't want to give them any reason to come get me.
Oh,
Dr. Suso. Green eggs and ham every morning.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know.
Big J, little J. What begins with J? Okay, I can't do that. Yeah, there was quite a few Mandela effects that I've talked about in my old videos that you're right. People don't go back and look at. As a matter of fact, Jesse Spots was talking to me. I think it was this morning or last night we were talking. We were going to bring this up on the show about it's that Barbie song. I'm not familiar with it. When they came out with it last year and we're talking about this Mandela effect, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world, or I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world.
I could see you singing that.
I don't know the song. I have no idea what it is. People are shocked that I don't know the song. I'm surprised it's that big a deal. But the words, apparently these words changed. It's just like the Sex in the City, Sex and the City. No, it's more about the Interview with a Vampire or the Vampire. This thing is saying the world, not a world. Now that I mentioned that on a video probably last year, but I didn't make a big deal out of it. I wasn't affected by it. I didn't even know the song. But now it's coming out now on YouTube that it's a new Mandela effect.
Somebody just mentioned, there was a lady, she was doing one about the dollar bill. She said maybe the biggest Mandela effect of 2018. And it was about the dollar bill where it says in septis or whatever it is. And that was something that was addressed. I don't know if Guy Fawkes mentioned it or Dan or who was talking about it. May have been you, Sus. But somebody had talked about that where those two letters had joined together on the dollar bill. And she said this is something new for her. What is that?
I'm looking at the back of it?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it now. I can't even see it. I got the good glasses on.
Where the pyramid's at.
Yeah.
And above it, it says in septis, something septis.
Oh, I do see it. The O and the E?
Yeah, they're connected.
It's one letter. It's one symbol, the O and the E now.
Right. It made it into one, yeah.
Well, see, I didn't study the dollar bill hard enough.
Now, I'm trying to remember. It might have been that Andy guy. We had him on the show one time. You remember, Dan? Andrew. Can't remember his last name now. You know what I'm talking about, Dan?
No.
Do you remember anybody by the name of Andrew?
Well, that was the
Andrew talking about
Andrew Basiago?
Basiago, or whatever his name was.
The president of the United States, the guy that's supposed to be president.
The jump room guy?
Not Trump?
No. This was somebody we had on the show, bro.
And the word
we had Andrew on the show. Oh, yes. Andrew, the guy with the long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he had mentioned, because he was looking into all the logos, and he had mentioned about the F and the loop on the F and how the F and the E, it made it into an FE almost. And he was naming the Greek symbols. And then he mentioned that about on the dollar bill. So he was like the first one to find it. But now this lady's claiming, because it's the first time she's seen it. That's what I mean. There's so many of the things. We're the old timers. We've seen them and have been counting them all along. And people are just now noticing and not going back to see some of our old stuff. They're trying to stay current. So they're clicking on what happened today or within this week. So that's why I say you need to go with some of the work you do, just like Suso said, the one with the patent. You definitely need to go back and just say, hey, a flashback, Mandela effect flashback, just a reminder, do you remember this? And show some of these older ones that people are just now noticing. It's like, yeah, we talked about this a long time ago.
Yeah, right.
And let them see that we really are the old timers on this. We see stuff at the beginning, and I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still new stuff coming out all the time, I'm sure, but some of these things that people are just now noticing is stuff that's sort of old for us, and that was one of the things that we were talking about. It's not about the changes now.
It's true. It's not.
It's about where we're at and where we're headed and why.
Yeah, I mean, how long can we run around going, hey, everybody, I found another state change, woohoo! I mean, there's channels out there doing that. I say let them do that. I mean, I enjoy it. I like it. I love going to Dan's show Monday, Saturday, and watching that, listen to that stuff when I can. But I'm always coming up and listening to the replay with work and everything. I mean, I get such a kick out of looking at some of the animals and some of the things, but there is something further beyond that we're
now on the After Hours Club. When we do that show, we really don't talk so much about the new changes.
No,
I mean, we mention them if the guest or whoever's wanting to talk about them, but we really do look more at cause and effect. We like it, getting their stories from the individuals and stuff like that for sure. But ultimately, we're all in this searching for answers as to how and why and what does it all mean. Drew Bakanov. Thank you, Belinda Brubaker in the room. She got the name. Drew, Xandrew. Drew Bakanov was his name, Dan.
Okay.
And he came on there and was talking about that. And I believe he's the first one to mention about the dollar bill, how those two letters, the C and the E, have joined together. And not too long after that, Dan was doing one where he was talking about all the O's joined together to create that Pisces.
Vesica Pisces.
Vesica Pisces, yeah. So there's a lot of symbolism that's being done that is considered esoteric symbols that are being merged out of the regular alphabet that we have. Interestingly enough, I think. I don't know.
Well, there's a message. There's a message in some of these logo changes, so for sure.
Agreed.
I think so.
Yeah, I do.
Well, gentlemen, listen, I have had a wonderful time dropping in on you this morning, but I'm going to go ahead and get ready to slip out of here. I don't know how long you're going to run.
I'm gonna knock it off soon. I got a couple of things I want to just run out here. I was going to actually read part of some of my book to close. But
if you're going to do that, I'll hang around. I want to hear that.
I don't know. Pick a chapter, because I'm not.
How many chapters are there so far?
I think there's 19.
Okay, chapter 17. Awkward silence.
Yeah, well, we get that a lot. Let's see where we're at. It's not that big one. The outward connection.
Chapter 17. Okay, here we go.
You know what's going to happen when I read this? I'm going to go, oh shit, I got to edit that. You will not see a direct mention of the Mandela effect on the evening news. If it is, it will let you know people are just misremembering things, and be a subtle hint in a commercial. See what I told you. It should be a subtle hint in a commercial, which is more than likely poking fun at the Mandela effect. This will most likely stay on the internet, which could be the sheep telling the wolf everything. I have also advised many times not to watch TV or give your energy or power away to the news or other media outlets. It is my understanding that spectator sports and video games are just as poisonous as the news, which pulls your emotions in all directions, northeast, west, and south, which spells out news. This keeps your emotions in check, and you cannot use your emotions to create properly because your head and your heart are not lined up. You know your heart is lined up. You are just not used to communicating with your heart in that way. Practice, it's a very exciting way to experience life. After a year of experiencing Mandela effects and other supernatural experiences and talking with others who have also had experiences, I have decided to post videos on YouTube about some of the things that were happening to me. At the time, I was sure the earth was not a globe. Yet I was saying the earth was flat, when in fact I did not know. This could have been my biggest mistake, as I have already taken the word of authority about many things that just aren't true or known at all. If nothing else, it was proven to me that there was something very suspicious about the moon landings, or moon landing, or is that moon landings? It depends, or does that depend? On which timeline you reside in at that time. Yes, the number of moon landings has changed, and it is listed as a Mandela effect. Now, I do say that whole switching timelines is a theory. We're deep into the book here. So I made my way back to Colorado in April of 2016. Not long after returning, I noticed I thought I would decide to take a break from Mandela effects. I wasn't going back to the ball. That is too depressing. But the moment I turned my back on them, the largest Mandela effect hit me like a ton of bricks. I studied the JFK assassination in great length with other friends back in '85. This memory is so strong for me, it is a trigger point. I go through that. We actually talked about that. By my third or fourth video, I was stating that we do not know if the earth is flat, but because of the experience I have with the stars, I will say that the stars are not suns with planets revolving around them. With that, the truest statement I can make is that I feel that we do not live on a spinning ball flying at incredible speeds through the vacuum of space. This idea seems so preposterous to me now. I need coffee. The earth may very well be flat. In my opinion, it's probably malleable and more like a realm. But the truth is, I just don't know. The biggest problem I see with the flat earth awakening is, if I can call it that, is that we all have been programmed and indoctrinated into the globe from birth. All right, we all know about that.
That's good writing.
Yeah, it makes me want to read it over again, but I'm not. I'm done. Actually, yeah, there's 15 more paragraphs in that. I'm not going to continue on.
Well, don't read it all, yeah, because you want people to be able to. I mean, if you're going to read each chapter on your show, then you know, since I'm buying the book.
There is something I wanted to. What's the word? If I don't find it, it's not good. I wrote a word. I wrote a sentence. Vague. I said, yes, but that seems, whatever the line is, I wrote, but that's much more vaguer. That's much more vague. That's how I wrote it. That's how it sounds right to me. The spell check comes up and says, no, the word is vaguerer. And I'm just like, there's just no way vaguerer is a word. So I read it. I read it in this
stuff, man.
I read it in the sentence, and now I put, you know, it's more vague, and then in parentheses I put my spell check keeps wanting me to change that whole line to vaguerer, and I won't do it.
It's unbelievable.
It just sounds ridiculous.
It does. Vague is the way it is. It's more vague.
It's more vague. Exactly.
Not vaguerer.
I know how to write. The spell check's telling me I'm wrong. But
it's
I
like
probably
gooder.
am.
It's like gooder. It's not gooder. It's more good or
Right.
better. Vague is more vague.
Right. Vaguerer is not a word, but apparently it is now.
It's crazy, man. And that's the AI spell check running the gamut, I think, as part of this. There's so many different attributes to this whole changeover, it would seem. I mean, it's just, I don't know, the AI and the corporate. I mean, it's just so many different conglomerates working together, it would seem.
It's like part of the confusion. It's like the confusion of words and making words not mean what they used to. It's changing everything, and it's confusing everything. And I'm telling you, it's being done on purpose.
Yes.
A lot of it seems like it is.
Yes.
It's a bigger pile of bullshit, man. Everything is bullshit. Look at the Earth. It's bullshit. Look at the geology, the geography, the everything. It's bullshit. Like everything, man.
It's vague.
I gotta go, Sue. So I've been up so long, man.
I'm killing it all now.
I ran hard for the first 2 or 3 hours.
Yes, you did. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much.
I'll have to come back and listen to y'all's conversation.
What I'd like to do sometime is, I don't know if it'll happen right away, but I'd like to get you and Lone on here, Lone Eagle, at the same time, doing your couple of continent changes and landmass movements, and see how you guys feel about that. I think that would be neat. It looks like it'll be easier to get you up than him, though, if he's just waking up now. I don't even know if he's here anymore.
Yeah, well, if I know a day or two ahead of time, I can plan for it likely.
Yeah. Well, we'll have fun with this. Seems to me like every time at the end of the show, I'm just going to call all you guys in. That's what I'm going to do. And go.
Well, check this out. So you're going to try and do this every Tuesday night. Is that right?
Well, I guess Tuesday night for you. I guess that would be midnight for you, or is it? Because it's 2 a.m. for me Wednesday morning. That's
2 a.m. for you is going to be like 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. for me.
5, nice.
So I'll be catching it when I get up. That's why I got on at 7 this morning.
That's fine. You guys are welcome to just jump in whenever if you get the invite. I might do something different.
Did you catch that? If you get the invite, he don't invite you, you're not welcome no more.
Well, I might be doing something different every week. I'm not. If you want to be in, call me and tell me. I'll get you in. I don't care.
Well, drop me a text and let me know every time you're going on or something, so I can check my email and see if I was invited or not. I may just sit in and listen or whatnot.
Yeah, no, it's
Please jump in the chat room.
Just it's keep. As much as I want to keep it serious, you got to keep me smiling, because I get too deep into this, I get lost. And that's why one of the reasons I wanted to do this, to stay focused. And, because the humor is important.
Right on,
it's very, very important. NoblenessDee, thank you very much for coming in and saving me, for being still.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
So I would have sat here for 2 hours.
I got
myself. Go.
Yeah, well, I got a lot of good thoughts out, a lot of good, good stuff that I don't always get out. So it's been a good time, for sure. Yeah, we can do it again sometime, or with Lone too, whatever, man.
Definitely. And I want to make